go ahead and go live now.
Yo, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Kovac here. We're going to be doing a live stream here. Or Rick. We're going to be doing a live stream of Revelation Skirmish. I want to give everyone a couple of minutes, maybe a minute or two, before we're going to get going and kind of introduce my guest, get into everything to do with the game. There's a lot kind of going on here first, but I just want to give everyone a little bit of time to catch up because there's people from all over different platforms and stuff that I've been advertising this on, because this is a really big deal to be able to do this tonight and to be able to do it here in the studio now, because we haven't been able to do this before.
Woo, bigger room.
Yeah. Right. So we'll just give everyone, like I said, another like 60 seconds and we'll kind of just get into it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat here on my phone so that I can kind of monitor things, keep my eye on stuff as we're going. Hopefully. Please. There we go.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh, you should mute that.
gotta mute that.
Nah, I think we just have the audio going. Just let it double play. It's cool.
Squared is here
Yo, Squared!
from Discord. All right, we're going to give everyone, like I said, like another 30 seconds and we're going to get going. Got a lot to talk about. This awesome game. I'm hyping it. It's me. But
Mostly him losing. That's what we're going to be talking about. You ever just talk so much and then roll the nat 1 every time? I have. Yeah, that's going to happen.
I hope not.
I'm going to make you look real good. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, sure.
It's totally intentional.
All right, so do people dab still? I imagine some people still
hold on,
dab.
change the camera.
All right, so let's go ahead and get going into this. So this here, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be playing Revelation Skirmish. This is my miniatures game that we've come up with for my company, White Light Media. We've had this game out since last June, but with COVID, it's kind of slowed things down. So we recently got done doing a Kickstarter for this to help us get some extra funds. And because of those extra funds and because of those very generous people who backed us, we were able to purchase all this new camera equipment and being able to do this live stream. We've been wanting to do gaming streaming for a while, but it's really expensive to kind of get set up.
Yeah, the first stream is...
Yeah, we've only done one stream so far, and it was just, we had to make do with very limited equipment. The lighting wasn't very good. The space wasn't good. It was just
a fun
not,
stream, though.
It was
a
rough
good
all the way
game.
around. So joining me tonight
Hello.
is Andrew. Sometimes he's known as Oranges.
Yeah, I'm the orange man.
In the comments, if you guys could let us know if audio seems weird, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to preface now that for whatever reason, the audio system that I have set up, it puts my microphone in left channel and it puts Andrew's in right channel. And I know that.
Whoa.
I don't know how to make that into stereo yet. I'm going to kind of look into that. I just found that out like a few hours ago, so I didn't have time to kind of mess with it before we were going to get going. So what we're going to be doing, like I said, we're going to be going over the game. We're trying to set this up and kind of narrate it and play it in a way that this would be no different than if you were in the room with us. So if we were at one of our local game stores and you were standing right here at the table and you wanted to learn how to play Revelation Skirmish, we'd be kind of going over the same thing. We're going to be going over, I'd say the majority of the rules. There'll be some advanced rules that we don't have, that we're not going to use. We're also playing with basically half the force size. We'll get into that. And the other thing is, this isn't a scripted fight. We're playing with the starter kit contents. We're playing, so basically, like I said, half forces. We're playing at the same number of points, but we're both trying to win. So we won't be pulling any punches. We're both going to be playing all out, but we're going to be kind of explaining things as we go because it'd be the same as if we were trying to teach you. All right.
I want to preface, there's no trying. I'm going to win.
Well, we'll see.
Listen, that Sarah's got a box cutter. I'm going to cut those damn
So we
presents
have
open.
the 3 camera shots, plus we also have this one, which is going to give us the overhead, so you can really feel like you can actually see what's going on. You're not going to be like in the corner of the room. And then we also have the dice box over here. This is going to be able to be here, so whenever we roll the dice, you should be able to see it. We're going to try to announce things also, like if it was a success when we're rolling. So that way you kind of know what's going on. This is the first time we've done this setup, as I mentioned. So I've got the camera switcher here to my right. So I might be a little slow at switching angles, or I might do it preemptively, or I might do it at weird times. It's because I'm trying to teach the game, but I'm also trying to be mentally aware as a cameraman, like where should you guys be seeing right now? And we'll kind of get into that. So normally, Revelation Skirmish is played on a 3x3 play space. So right here, this is a 3x3 mat. We've got different terrain set up, so we try to get this more of a rocky sort of scenario. I do want to go ahead and say also, we are going to be trying to answer questions as best we can, but because we're focusing on the learning aspect of this, we're not going to be talking about any of the other stuff I do on the channel. So no Halo, no Star Wars, no nothing else. It's all focused on Revelations tonight. But it's really difficult to kind of monitor the questions and still kind of teach. So I'm going to do my best to kind of go back and forth. Don't feel bad about asking a question multiple times. Don't feel bad about if you ask a question and then I later say it before I even realize that I answered it. That's fine. And additionally, if it doesn't still get answered, you can ask in other platforms that we're on, and I'll be happy to answer. It's just trying to balance all the different things. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we'll have a third person that's involved in this, so they can sort of help moderate the chat, maybe operate the camera switcher, so it'll feel a little bit more streamlined as we're going. But for now, we're going to kind of bump through this. All right. So as I was saying, 3x3 space. You can play in a larger space, but we chose 3x3 specifically because a lot of people will have a 3x3 space in their home at their kitchen table, or if you go to a game store, you definitely have the space. Revelation Skirmish uses a lot of terrain. In this game, which we'll get into stats here in a few minutes, the range for weapons is usually unlimited. For most weapons, it's unlimited. Meaning if I'm here and I'm shooting at a guy over in that corner, as long as I got line of sight, I can make the shot. That is a big deal compared to a lot of different miniature games. So I don't know how much you guys have played other games, but most games have very limited ranges. I designed this game so that it felt as close to the books as possible, but still was balanced in the game. But when you do the math and you break down like a regular rifle that might be used by the military, its effective range is longer than when you convert this down into inches than what this mat is. Yes, there's other factors of wind conditions and terrain and the target moving and all that, yes, but that's what we're going to be sort of also simulating because of the terrain and for defense modifiers, which again we'll get into later. As you can see here on my space and then over on Andrew's, we have a variety of units. Andrew's going to be playing the Core Republic, so Andrew, why don't you talk a little bit about kind of the Republic and their feel?
Core Republic, the best way I think I can equate them is they're kind of the Mario of a army. They don't do anything particularly better than another faction, but they're really, really good at everything. If you're trying to get a feel for the game, a lot of times over Mercenaries, the Union, what has come out for Orca so far, I would very much recommend playing the Core Republic. The Sierra is kind of the de facto mech as far as capabilities and what it can do. It's got a pretty decent speed, jumpers, which helps it have high maneuverability and a decent damage output. While there are mechs that outpace it in every category, it can keep up enough to be worth the points, especially because, it's a 40-point unit in a usually 350-point list. So you can fit a lot of Sierras in there, and they can handle pretty much anything on the field that you need. A lot of the same goes for the Mars.
Which is the tank.
Yeah, the tanks here. The Mars, again, is just really good at everything. It's got machine guns for anti-infantry. The cannon has a higher damage output than the Sierra, although you can shoot it less per turn because of focus and activations. Marines are really good at countering infantry, and Centurions kind of just fill in whatever role you need. They have decent anti-armor guns, so they can take down vehicles and mechs pretty well, but they've also got a chain gun so that they can take care of infantry as well.
So then over on my side, I'm going to be playing as the Union of Stars. So when we designed the game, the Core Republic is kind of, if you think about it in terms of stats, they're more of the middle of the road. They're pretty much, they don't excel at anything, but they're good or decent at everything. While the Union of Stars focuses on being heavier. So they're more defensive, and they focus more on shooting stuff. They're more long-range attacks, which you're like, well, Rick, you said that all the weapons have unlimited range. Most of them do, but they're usually better at either throwing clusters of dice or they're better at having like one-hit weapons like the railgun. Then there's other factions like Orca, which is the Outer Rim, Colonial Alliance. They're not on the table here, but we'll show them in a different game. But with the Union, and all these contents come in the regular 2-player starter kit. They're unpainted, unassembled, but, so here we have the Goblin War Mech, which is the standard. It's kind of like the Sierra for the Republic. It's their all-arounder. It's the one that you would see the most of on the battlefield. Next is the Brigand hover tanks. These hover tanks are pretty tough. They're more, you kind of describe them as a glass cannon. They're quick, they're agile, they get around the board. Their defense is decent. They have a lot of damage output, but then they have a lower health pool than the Mars do, but that makes up for their higher damage. The Rifleman is kind of the counter to the Marines for the Republic. Lots of dice. And I want to mention, while you guys will notice, this game is a combined arms game, which means just plainly infantry, vehicles, and mechs. In a lot of games that you play, the mechs end up, if there are mechs in the game, they end up being so much of the emphasis of the game that the game kind of loses itself in the fact that there are mechs. In this game and in Revelations, infantry vehicles are just as deadly at times as mechs. Yes, the mechs are kind of the heroes of the game. They have more activations, more things that they can do, not really activations, more focus points to do actions, but infantry can easily hurt mechs. Vehicles will sometimes be scarier than mechs because how many games have we done where vehicles wrecked?
Literally a week ago, I played a game where a unit of Marines in one turn domed a brigand.
And that happens. And
Yeah.
that's how this game is. This game is meant to be faster paced. It's reactionary, meaning I'm going to activate a whole unit, then Andrew's going to activate a unit. It's going to go back and forth. We're going to finish all the activations with that unit, then he's going to go with all of them. And then once all of our units have gone that round, we're going to start a new round. It's way more fast paced than if you've played games like Warhammer 40K, Battletech. My goodness, there's so many other different miniature games out there that I've played that are much slower than Revelation Skirmish is. It's not a 10-minute type of game, but stuff blows up, stuff is fast, stuff is deadly. It's meant to be really quick and kind of an aggressive type of play style rather than, if you end up kind of sitting in a corner thinking, oh, I'm going to play super defensively. I'm just going to hold this woods tile right here.
That doesn't work.
You're going to get blasted by something. Artillery strikes, or you're just going to get surrounded and your opponent's just going to wail on you. You have to find new positions, other places on the map to get your unit put in position to blow something else up. Otherwise, you're going to lose if you try to play 2-2 defensively.
Yeah, there was one person who used to just take a bunch of infantry, power armor, and cluster them together. One day, his ass got artillery strike and went, I'm never doing that again. That player was me. That happened to me.
Yeah, so this game is very different. So the last thing I want to show, we got the Rifleman here, and then the Bruticus, which is the power armor currently for the Union of Stars. When it comes to Revelation Skirmish, if you play the Union, or you play the Core Republic, or you play Orca,
Or mercenaries.
you are playing that faction. So except for mercenaries, you cannot mix units. So if I play the Union, there's other units that we're not using today, but you have to stay within that faction's roster. If you play mercenaries, mercenaries can pick from all the factions, but their units typically cost more or they have less health than the standard ones do, and that way it makes the mercenaries not feel broken because they can mix and match, so they have more of like a point tax, so they're more expensive.
From experience here, because I main mercenaries, in most lists that you see in a full 300, 350 point game, oftentimes you want to be taking 12 units. Depending on if you really want to lean super heavy into taking a bunch of mechs or a bunch of vehicles, maybe you take 11. With mercenaries, that has honestly made me lose games trying to be able to fit 12 activations instead of leaning just into the full customization power that I usually have. Usually with mercs, I try to stay around 10 units. It's just better. It's too hard to take them.
Right. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I saw come in. So from Septimus, I'm liking this approach better than most of what I've seen. 40K has always been something I wanted to try, but the slow approach to turns and combat burnt me out. And
Yep.
you will not see that here. You're going to see, we're going to go through this whole game. You're going to see how fast it is once we get going. Now, obviously, there's the slowness to it because we're demoing it for you guys. So you guys are seeing from a newbie's perspective. Once we do this a couple of times, we're going to start approaching these games like you guys already know what to do. And I'm going to end up making videos. So they'll be like how to make an attack. How do you figure out your total defense modifier? All these different like intro promo videos or instructional videos. But then our games are going to start being more from an experience perspective where we're going to play with the full force, the full units, going at it as aggressive as possible, and showing you guys what it's like when both players know the rules and we're just playing. And then things will be streamlined. But you'll see it's a lot different. And then from Luke, would you say that the miniatures, and Andrew, you can kind of answer this too, would you say that the miniatures are detailed enough to be a painter's dream miniature?
Less biased perspective.
Because I would be very biased.
Yes, there's a lot of detail. Obviously on something as small as the Marine, there's only so much you can do, but the mechs and the vehicles, which personally I think is where the models shine, there's a lot of detail there. I don't know how well I can
They
get a
probably
shot on
can't. They
this.
can't
Yeah.
really super tell through these cameras right now.
There's a lot of panels and panel lines and just a lot of... I'm going to feel weird saying this because it's a machine. There's a lot of life in it. It feels very realistically designed, but in a cool way. There's just a lot of detail to bring out.
Yeah, when
I've
you're
enjoyed
painting.
painting every single mech that I have.
So, and the other thing to point out, all of these units, you can either, what we're setting up for, which we did with the Kickstarter, all the units are going to be available as STL. So if you own your own 3D printers, you'll be able to print your own forces. Currently, we also offer the option that if you wanted to purchase the models already printed, we already got the printer set up and we print them just like it would be for my own collection. So I try to, they come unassembled, but we've added flexible resin in it to try to give it more of a durability. We're trying to continuously improve things. We're also doing some experimenting. You won't be able to see off screen. I don't know if Andrew's, you can sort of see it. Yeah.
Vaguely, right here.
We're doing 3D printing right now for some new updated tanks for the Union. It's a large, big base tank. I got a couple of those printing for myself and for Andrew, actually, for
like a freight train.
For a unit for him. But anyway, so normally Revelation Skirmish is going to be played with your company of forces, which is up to 12 units. So right now, the Union and the Republic were both evenly matched. We've got 6 units. So when I get over to the computer, I'm going to show you guys the stats. A mech is always going to be 1 unit. A vehicle is also its own. And then when it comes to infantry, you might have multiple bases. So far, it's between 2 and 3. So in this scenario,
2 and 4. The Raiders.
Oh, that's right.
Orca.
Yep, that's right. The Raider came out for Orca, and the Raider is more. Well, the Raider's 3.
Is it 3? I thought,
Yeah, it's 3.
No, it is 3.
It's
My
3.
bad.
It's 3.
No, why did I think 4?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That sounds like plans.
So anyway, so you can have up to 12 units. Normally, the way it would be is, in most situations, what we would do is we would say, okay, Andrew, we want to play a game, you and I. So one of us would roll a D10 and a D6, and that would tell us what the objective is going to be for the game and what the weather conditions are. For a demo game, we're just trying to make this straightforward. We're just going to play Kill 'Em All, which is just annihilation. And we're just doing sunny sunshine, meaning there's no weather conditions. Everything is normal. It's regular day. There's all different types of weather conditions, like high gusts, torrential downpour. There's like a frozen planet kind of setting. And all those do is affect different types of weapons. So got kind of the basis of this. Then also when you purchase a starter kit, or if you bought your own units and you wanted to buy the other things from us, we give acrylic tokens and dice and measuring tape, and then also these order cards. So these cards simulate all kinds of different things. Either basically the way the game works is you, the player, are the commander of your own forces. So you're technically part of the Revelations universe when you're playing, yes, as a player, but you're actually giving the orders out. So basically what would be happening is in my command base or wherever I would be set up, maybe I'm in a spaceship up above the map, above the planet, giving orders to my guys. I'm telling them on my holo table, hey, Goblin, go up over there, shoot at that Sierra. Brigand, go up over here, shoot at those Marines. I'm telling them and giving them orders. So these order cards are special commands that I'm giving to my forces that will play out throughout the rest of that round. Sometimes they affect only one specific unit. Sometimes they're like tactical airstrike, where if I have his unit already marked, I can send in a wave of fighters. They bomb his unit real quick, and then they take off. So there are no air units currently within Revelation Skirmish because the map is so small. It doesn't make sense to have aircraft on the board. It would just kind of take up space, and they'd be moving so fast that they wouldn't really be able to be part of the game. So we've simulated that through artillery and through aircraft through these order cards, so that way they're part of the game, just like the real military would use, or in the Revelations world it would use, but we don't have to have them occupying a piece of terrain that would be, or occupying space in the game that I have to worry about protecting an artillery piece that really should be shooting miles and miles away. If he's near my artillery, I've messed up as a commander. I'm going to get fired.
Yeah,
So
this is that at that point, that's no frontline assault. That's me just raiding an airbase.
Right. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and switch over, and I'm going to show you guys the stats here on the screen and try to help you out that way and hope that everything's working. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the screen real quick. So make sure everything seems to be working. Okay. All right, so this is revelationswar.com. It's a free website. Our rules and our stats are available in this game for free. So you guys don't have to worry about buying rule books. You don't have to worry about buying stats or stat cards. Everything is available for free. And so basically what you do is you go to revelationswar.com, you build your force, and then you print it out. So right here we got choose the unit type. So I could go in here, pick from these different mechs for the Republic, or I can pick whatever other faction. So right now this is Andrew's list. This is the 6 that he'd be using. So it says 6 units, and it shows the points over here. And some objectives or mission types are going to be 300 points. Some are 350. It kind of depends. So in some missions, you're always going to be playing as the attacker or defender. Depending on which of those positions you are, it tells you how many points, and it tells you what your objective is. So unlike most miniature games, Revelation Skirmish, you're not going to be playing the same objective. So if we played... oh my goodness. Let's see. Well, Kill 'Em All, it'll be the same. That one will be the same. There's other ones where you're playing to kind of capture a specific territory. There's Ambush, where you're trying to destroy the enemy in a certain amount of time, and they're trying to just stay alive. So it kind of goes back and forth and tells you what the objectives are and what the points are. Sorry for smacking the mic. So up here really quick, we're just going to go over this kind of in a cursory, kind of quick way. I don't want to bog it down too much. Up here is the faction. Next is the unit name. So for infantry, anything you see in parentheses tells you how many models are part of that unit. It'll make sense when we start playing the game, but if I pick the Mars, you'll notice there's no parenthesis because it's just one. Centurion, there's 3 models to the unit. Marines, there are 2. So with the Centurion, you also got the type, infantry. The cost is how many points that is. Movement, the first marker here is the first value, tells you how fast they walk. The next is how fast they run, and then if there is anything in parentheses, that is how fast they can jump or how far they can jump. Next is melee, which pretty much only comes in when you're doing base like melee combat. Focus is how many focus points you have to spend. Typically, most actions only cost 1 focus point. Some require 2. So like walking is 1, but if I wanted to run my Centurions, that would be both my focus. They'd be done for that activation. Defense and save will come into play later in combat, and each base or each model of the Centurions has their own health pool. So while I get 3 of them in this unit, each of them has 4 health each, okay? Then comes down to weapon profile, which will be the same across all the different units. Vehicles, war mechs, they all have the same thing. The only difference becomes with the war mechs is that they have a pilot value, and then their health pool is broken up into parts. So you have the torso, left arm, right arm, and legs, which you can see here on the location chart. This will make sense later when we break it down, but all mechs have the same location chart. So you don't have to worry about really memorizing this. It'll kind of just come natural from just playing, but otherwise, just to point that out. So weapon profile, here we've got 2 different weapons for the Centurions, a minigun. Next would be the range. So for the minigun, it's infinite. If it has a value here, it'll probably be minimum or maximum, meaning if it says minimum, that's how close it can shoot up to max or up to infinite. And if it has a max, it's basically 0 to the maximum. Rate of fire here, or ROF, tells you how many dice you're going to roll on the attack. So for instance, if my minigun for my Centurion, we're going to target, let's say, some riflemen. I'm going to roll 5 ballistic dice, so it's what the BAL stands for, 5 D10s compared to their defense. So if I'm successful, however many of my dice are successful, the enemy is going to roll that many save dice to try to save it. For all their fails that they make, it is going to do 1 damage per dice to their health pool. We'll get into that. You'll see kind of how combat works later. Then you got their specials. So some weapons will affect different types of models, or they have keywords inside. Just read this. It'll make sense. Anything that does have a keyword, like here you got anti-personnel. I look on down. Here it is. Anti-personnel. It tells me what this weapon does. So in this instance, the minigun, this weapon can only damage infantry models. So I won't be able to target war mechs or vehicles. Even if I did, it wouldn't hurt them. It'd be a waste of time to do it. The location for here for infantry is going to remain empty, the same for vehicles, except vehicles will tell you where it is. Mainly, the only reason it's going to tell you on vehicles is to tell you if you can shoot from the front arc or all the 360 around it. So if it says like F for front, I can only shoot through my front arc. If I have turret means I can shoot 360, and if it says we don't have it on vehicles yet, but on war mechs there might be something that says RT for like rear torso, meaning you can shoot backwards. So you'll see here for like the war mech's right arm, RA, same thing. So as the mech takes damage, if this Sierra loses its right arm, it loses the cannon, and that's gone. The only other thing to point out before the keywords, some weapons do have ammo, and that right there will show how many times you can use that weapon. So when we're playing, I'm going to mark off, or Andrew, because he's playing the Sierra, if he fires the Buster missile pack, he's going to check off one of the boxes, meaning he's fired those missiles once. It doesn't matter how many dice you roll. So in this instance, he would roll 2 missile dice. That doesn't mean 2 boxes. He's still going to roll 2 dice, and he made 1 attack. So he would only check off 1 box. Okay? Then lastly, like I mentioned with the keywords, that's going to tell you all the other things that you need to know about your weapon, or if that unit has some special abilities. So for example, the Sierra has thick armor. So he decreases his save by 1, which means it improves from infantry model attacks against this model. So when my infantry shoot at his Sierra, his save is going to decrease to 3 because when you're rolling, basically the higher the number you can roll, the better it is on the dice results. So if you're rolling a D6, a 6 is always a positive. If you roll a D10, a 10 is always positive. That way you're not going to get confused going back and forth like, sometimes the save needs to be low or whatever. No, the highest you can roll on your dice is always a good thing. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. I know it kind of gets some new players confused sometimes. So hopefully that makes sense. The only other thing, for example, if I took a veteran Sierra in my force, now all of a sudden I have pilot abilities. So my veteran Sierra would have +1 to all range attacks. And there's different other things like heroes. They may have their own special abilities or some other things as we're going along. But hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, so make sure, all right, everything looks good. Whoop. Okay, anything to add, Andrew, before we jump into that?
It'll make a lot more sense when we're rolling dice.
Okay. Okay. So I hope that all makes sense so far, just because I know it's a lot to take in at first. Once you get it down, it's very easy to build upon the rules. We tried to design this in pretty easy to grasp. We didn't want something where you have to feel like you have to have a master's degree to be able to play this. You don't need to have these big codex books that you take around with you all the time. All the stats, when they print out, you get your own sheet of stats that you print out on your printer. You can see that there. These are all available for free. So when you do your list builder, they're going to print out. You're going to have this. So you can build multiple lists, as many lists as you want for different scenarios, for different game types, all that. And you can save it into your account. So even if you only want to have one printed at a time, you can have a whole catalog of them. And when we make updates to the website, because sometimes we have to update the stats or we release a new model or a new hero, those are all available immediately. So I know some people, I've played so many games where you have codexes or you have different record sheets or you have cards or all kinds of different ways to get stats. The benefit of doing things this way is that, one, it's free. First, it's free. Second, if we have to make a change and make an update to a stat, it's now going to be available for everyone instantaneously. They don't have to worry about going and buying a new $50 book or a whole new $20 stack of cards to update all their forces. There's not going to be weird erratas that you need to remember things. It's all going to be available immediately when we make those updates. And we try not to make the updates too often, so we try to do it like in batches. We actually probably are due to make an update to the rule book just because we've made a couple of different changes and we have a new token type that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So, all right, enough of all that jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and start getting into the game.
All right, let's do it.
So, when you're going to play, like I said, you'd figure out what the objective and what the weather conditions are going to be. We've already decided, kill them all with sunny sunshine, meaning there's no weather conditions. We would then know how many points we're going to have, and we'd go assemble our forces. I hate playing games where, I love Star Wars Legion, but I have that issue as well as a player, where you build a list and you sit down to play with your friend, and then you figure out what the weather conditions or whatever the different game conditions are going to be, and it's like, my list isn't built for this. I'm already fighting an uphill battle before we've even started to roll dice.
Let me tell you, there is nothing better than taking 5 snow troopers, Vader, and getting long march breakthrough.
It's a nightmare at times.
It's horrible.
So in this scenario, you would already know what the game conditions are going to be, so your list is tailored to that setting. Now, we're going to be playing with the starter kit contents, as I said. All players would be getting their own order card set, which is 13 cards. You can only take 9 of them into the game. So we both already chosen what our 9 are going to be. We've already got our list built. All our forces are here. I think it is go ahead now and time to roll to see who is going to be deciding.
Oh, I hate it.
Who is the first player. So both of us are going to roll a d10. I'll roll mine first. I got a 5.
Ooh, middle of the road. 2 6. That's a 3.
All right, so
Yeah,
because I got the higher result, I can choose who is going to be going first in the first round. Now, normally what we would be doing is we would say, okay, if he's going to be the one going first, that means he's the attacker because the defender always goes second. In this scenario, because it's kill 'em all, we wouldn't be changing our point totals and everything like I said. This token here is initiative. So basically what this is going to be, whoever has this first is going to be the one that's going to start. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Andrew because I know he really wants to go first.
Yeah, I love going first. Nothing more than I love than damn goblin coming on. I can't shoot it.
So the way that initiative works, unlike a lot of games you've played, every round we already know who's going to have initiative going into the next round. So during the first round, Andrew is going to have the initiative token, meaning he has to bring one of his forces onto the table first because everything in this scenario starts from off the table. So there won't be anybody like my goblin and all my other forces are spawned and then Andrew just hurries up and caps my goblin and destroys it before I've even got a chance to activate it. So everyone has to move onto the table one at a time. But when the end of this round, unless Andrew plays a particular order card, I am guaranteed to go first next round. So unless there's any interference from an order card, which is only one possible in everybody's hand, we're going to be going back and forth with initiative every round. So that way, when the end of the round approaches, you know kind of how to position your model because you know Andrew or your opponent kind of where they're going to be at the beginning of the next round. That's a big difference from a lot of games where you're competing over initiative with dice rolls or with other things every round. We'll already know going into the next round who's going to be going first in the following, so that helps us a lot.
I also feel like it's worth mentioning that you can only have one of each type of order card.
Yes.
So, for instance, the card he was talking about, momentum. Let me find it. I didn't bring momentum.
I didn't either.
All right, great. Anyways, it's basically like, hey, I threw this down. I'm guaranteed to go first next time, unless we both play momentum. I can't sit there and be like, yeah, I'm going first. And throw 8 momentums
or 8
in a row.
Tactical airstrikes or any other
I don't want to
imagine
card. 8 artillery strikes.
That would be devastating. So he is correct. You can only have one. So if you purchase multiple starter kits, which I wouldn't hate you to do, you could only still have one of any card in your order card hand.
Or you could just buy a warlord.
All right, so Andrew is going to be going first.
And I hate it.
So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start the game now. So most games would normally go about an hour and a half, 2-ish hours, depending on how quickly both players are kind of going. So in this scenario, we'll probably go a little longer just because of, how long are we already? We're already been at half an hour and we're getting ready to get into this. All right, let's start rolling some dice, dang it.
I think I'd say that usually it's closer to the 90-minute mark. It really depends on how good your saves are.
Yeah, how long your stuff stays alive. Because if it's all dead, it doesn't matter, right? All right, so Andrew's going for... I'm sorry.
Command cards. Yeah, what are we doing?
We got to do... Yeah, what are we doing? I'm too anxious. All right, so both of us are going to choose one card. We're going to keep it secret until the opponent is ready to reveal, and then we'll reveal at the same time. That way there won't be any shenanigans. All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to play double time.
We both play double time. Hey! So double time, basically, if you would want to run with your infantry, it would take both of your focus, meaning that you'd just be committing to moving farther. Double time lets you do a run for only one focus, which on turn one helps you get a lot of positioning for the later game.
Right, exactly.
Which is the most important thing in this game. You can lose a lot on turn one, but if your positioning is good, you can still bring it back.
Right. All right, so in this scenario, like I was saying, Andrew's going to be going first.
And I think I'm going to activate one of my squads of Marines first. So Marines
Makes sense to me.
have a sprint speed of 9 inches. So just going to measure from the edge of the board because they have to enter in from my side for this game mode.
And they can move up to 9 inches.
Up to 9 inches. And my concern here is his brigands flanking.
My brigands are fast. The
So
brigands can flank at 36 inches. So basically, anywhere on the map, I can be there.
Yep. You can just basically teleport to the other side, and
So
they're going to go there.
Now, what Andrew's doing, when he activates his infantry, he's technically activating one at a time. They're both part of the same unit, but he's activating one at a time, resolving it, because they each get their own 2 focus points to spend. So in this one, what was the first model going to do? You ran in.
Ran in and then evade.
Okay, so the first one evades. Is the second one going to evade?
Same thing.
All right, we'll just leave one token.
Yeah.
So what evade is going to do is it marks his unit and tells me every time I shoot at him, his defense is going to be improved by 1 for the rest of the round. And then once he's done, he's going to mark it with a green activation token, which means that it is finished. It is gone for the rest of the round. You only need 1 activation token per unit of infantry. So even though he's gone with both Marines, he doesn't have to mark each one because it would just be a lot of extra tokens. So now he is done. He is gone. He's ran and evaded. It is going to be my turn, and I likewise am going to also move with my riflemen, run them on, and try to get them with an evade token. It is a good strategy that when you're entering to go with infantry or less expensive units first, because if he were to go with his war mech first, I have 6 units that if I can get in the right position, I can just blast him. All 6 activations, which is deadly early game.
Literally, unless your opponent just has the worst dice rolls in the world, guaranteed way to kill your mech round 1.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, if we had 12 units, I mean, he could have 3-4 goblins. And by the time... Or
bigger mechs.
Yeah, or even bigger. By the time he's done activating, if I take that Sierra on first, it's dead. There's no way it's surviving.
It's very likely, unless he hit it behind a piece of terrain
that
somehow
was
where
full
that totally
obscuring.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's really risking himself. And in this instance, it's his most expensive unit. If he gets that destroyed in round 1, he's at a huge deficit if he can't do the same to me.
It's very hard to bring it back in a starter if your mech goes round 1.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily totally hard. It depends on how much other casualties you've done. It's your turn.
All right.
So all I did with my riflemen, I ran them on, and then I also evaded with both of them.
I don't think there's going to be a way for me to see you, but I'm going to try.
You're going to try to shoot my infantry first
I want to
thing
get
like
entry
this?
frags.
Right on the street.
Oh, wait a minute. I could. It's going to be a rough shot.
It's going to be. Which, if it comes down to it, we're going to start discussing...
Line of sight?
Line of sight, and then also hard cover and soft cover.
And right there, I actually do think I see the front guy clear.
So the way that line of sight works, you saw Andrew try to get down so he can see. The way it works, to make it as plain English as possible, your base, the entire circle base for your model, represents where your infantry could actually be, or your mech and vehicles. it's not literal. So if his infantry draws a straight line to my model, it doesn't necessarily mean my model is there or isn't there. We're more trying to draw a line from base to base. And then we're trying to see if the terrain obscures 50% or greater of the model. So if he sees like 80% of my model, I'm in the open. If he sees less than 50%, I'm definitely going to get cover. So in this scenario, it looks like I'd get cover here from this rock on the way over here to this model, or this terrain would also block. So it's at least one of those.
All right. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
We can draw the line of the measuring tape if you'd like.
It's this rock that's getting in the way that I can't tell. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay. So for this scenario, Andrew's going to roll, how many dice is your rate of fire?
My rate of fire is 5 on the repeater.
Okay. So he's going to roll 5, and because of double time, there are no negatives when he fires a ranged attack, because normally a run would take both focus, and most infantry only have 2 focus. So in this scenario, he's run on. Because of double time, he can have another action. He's going to clip this terrain, which is going to give me a +2 cover. So my rifleman's defense is normally 5. I've got 6 because of my evade, 7, 8 because of terrain. So when he's going to roll his dice, and he has to get an 8 or greater to be able to hit.
That could be worse.
Could be worse. So let's go ahead and roll it and see what happens.
And that is 1 crit and 1 hit.
All right. So in this scenario, he has 1 8 and 1 10. Unless your weapon says of like how it affects infantry or vehicles and such, a 10 is going to be a critical hit. Meaning, when I roll my save dice, which right now I'm going to roll 2 because he had 2 successes. If I roll, let's say 2 saves, I'm successful with both of my dice. Normally what would happen is if I rolled, let's just say 2 6s, my 6 would cancel his 8. My second 6 would be downgraded to a fail because of his critical hit. So the more critical hits he gets, the more he's going to convert my dice. All the positives I got, he's going to convert them down.
Which starts getting really deadly on something like the Goblin, which crits on 9s.
Yes.
You've got a 1 out of 5 chance of rolling a crit on a weapon that can, once per turn, shoot 6 dice. That's a lot.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll 2d6. You can go ahead and get your dice out of there real quick. So I get 2 saves. My save is 4. So I need 4 or greater on both dice to have... okay, nice. So 1 fail, so that goes away immediately, and I only had 1 success, but because of his critical hit, this now becomes a 1. It's a fail, so both dice are successful. So how much damage does that do?
1 each. So you're going to take 2 damage.
So I'm going to take 2 damage. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I have the bubbles here on the stats that I can mark the damage. I personally prefer using the damage acrylic tokens, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark this model on the front. He has 2 damage on him.
For stuff like infantry and tanks, the acrylic tokens just make it easier.
Yeah, you can mark them both if you'd like. I just like it makes it a little bit quicker. Mechs, I definitely do here on the stats because
limbs.
Because of limbs. If I lose an arm or something, I got to try to remember that. It gets crazy. And the worst thing I could possibly do, I think, in a miniatures game, maybe not the worst, up there is accidentally rob my opponent of damage they've done, because nobody wants, you finally get successful with your dice. You want that to be in the game. You don't want your other opponent to be like, oh yeah, you're right, I guess it did do more damage than I recorded, and then you're like doing extra to try to kill the unit. All right, so what is the second base of Marines going to do?
The second base of Marines, I'm going to measure it, even though I know they can run up there. Just get right behind their friend.
Yep, and you can shoot through friendly infantry or enemy infantry. Do not block line of sight ever.
Yep, which is nice. I'm going to do the exact same thing. 5
All right,
dice
so we already know it's an 8 or greater for my defense.
And that is just 1 crit.
All right, so
guaranteed hit.
There's no point in rolling the save dice because it would only be 1. It's going to automatically be converted to a fail. So I'll go ahead and take off the dice or the counters I had, and now he's at 3 damage.
And that's everything that I can do with them.
All right. I'm going to run my other group of riflemen on.
Interesting.
Put the one right
Interesting
here.
Decision, Cotton.
Now I'm going to go ahead and throw a smoke grenade. My smoke grenade I can throw up to 8 inches. So I am going to place it... Where do I want to place it? I want to place it right here. And because that is one of my ammo, the way that ammo works on infantry is a little bit different than with vehicles and mechs. With a vehicle or a mech, if I fire my missiles, the ammo is it's for that one model. But because of infantry, basically they share their ammo pool. So in this scenario, smoke grenades on riflemen, I get 3 of them throughout the whole game. So it doesn't matter which of the models throws it from that unit. I only get 3. So if the same model I just put on the board throughout each different round happens to throw multiple smoke grenades, that's it. The other one won't get any. And that's just how it is. So I already know that he'll be able to fit up here. So I'm going to go ahead and run that guy up. And then that guy is going to evade just for himself. I don't really want to throw a second smoke grenade because I only get 3.
Makes sense.
Smoke is able to stack. And basically what smoke does is it improves both attacker and defender, depending on how line of sight is drawn, for a +1. So if I can stack multiple on there, I keep stacking that up to +1. If your target ever has an 11 or greater, it doesn't matter what other modifiers you have. It is an illegal shot. It's meant to be a shot that's impossible to make. Doesn't matter. So stacking smoke is a good way to kind of make sure that you're defending your guys as best as possible.
And also, smoke, I believe, is a 1 inch from the tile, 3 inches up.
Yes.
The up, I don't remember. 3 inches up.
It's 3 inches up. So that way it covers all mechs. It covers everything. So the largest base unit we have right now is a 3-inch unit. So you could put that 3-inch unit right in the center where that smoke is, and it would be completely given full cover because 1 inch out, it's a 1 inch token. All right, Andrew, what are you going to do now?
I'm thinking I'm probably going to do Centurions.
Okay.
So these boys are on 12.
Yeah.
That's far. And the question is, do I push or not? Alright, so that would only be up that far. Alright, well, if you're going to get cover anyways, no matter what I do, I may as well keep them safe. So I'm going to run them on. I'm going to minigun the already hurt guy.
I don't think you can see me from there.
Can I not? I didn't go far enough to the right. That's fine. Do it with the next guy. He's going to minigun.
He definitely sees.
All right.
And actually, I'd say I don't even have cover.
Cool.
So I only have a 1.
Yep.
One
modifier.
+1.
All right. I can live with that. And similar to the Marines, the minigun, weapon I'm using, rolls 5 dice, but it makes his infantry save go up by 1, so it's an easier shot.
Yes. So when I go to save, it's harder for me now.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to roll that. 7, 7, 8. So that's 3 hits total.
All right. So I'm going to roll 3 dice because he has 3 dice that were successful. So normally my save is 4. In this instance, the minigun raises it, so now I need 5. So only 5 or 6 will be successful. All 3 fail.
Nice.
So I take 3 damage, which their health pool is only 5, so they are automatically removed. They're dead. So that other unit also had an evade, but this one's already dead. So I'm going to push him off to the side because he is disgraced.
All right.
Dying in the first round like that.
My last Centurion is going to do same thing, but to the back guy.
Oh, boy.
Yep. I'm going to try it. So I still feel like I can see him, but I'm not sure.
He's a bit more behind the rock.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, because the other guy wasn't.
Yeah. All right. That's
He
fine.
should have been. He died.
You should have kept him back more. So back up to 8s. Let's try it. Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
no.
a crit in 4 hits total.
Oh, that's bad.
That's nice.
All right. 4's needing. Oh, no.
Ooh.
I got 2 saves, but because of his critical hit, I'm down to 3 fails, so I take 3 damage.
Well, good job, guys. You did great. If that last one, I didn't mess up with him, that would have been a squad wipe.
Yeah, that would have been. There would have been nothing I could do about that either. I think I'm going to go with a brigand.
Yep.
I
I do hate it.
No, I'm going to wait. Because you're going to go with those Mars. I'm going to just, let's see. For my Bruticus power armor, they can jump 6, but I can run 12. And they're also pretty difficult to hit at farther ranges, so because they have active camo. So I'm going to try to just run them up right in the middle. I don't think you're going to target them first. You might, and if you do, you waste those shots, so that's fine with me. So they ran on. I still have 1 other focus left. I don't really have any
shoot your friend.
targets. I can't ready. They'll all evade.
Yep, that makes sense. I hate that, but it makes sense.
And for anybody else who's new joining in the stream, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have to ask multiple times, go ahead. I'm trying to monitor now that I don't have to talk as much. I'm kind of doing the setup stuff. We can do a little bit more Q&A for the rules and stuff that you may have as we're going.
All right. So I definitely want to go with a Mars because my CR going out there makes 0 sense. What's the range on their active camo?
Their active camo. This model receives a +2 defense from range attacks when the attacker is greater than 6 inches away. So you're not. If you drive up closer than that, I really hope you do. I really hope you take the bait.
Yeah. All right.
I want to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're totally doing that.
Could you?
With my 9 speed. All right. So I drive on.
No, you could flank.
Yeah. Guess what I'm not doing.
Oh.
Oh, I actually don't think these... I have a terrible idea.
Do it. I'm not an enabler. I think you should do it.
All right. So for
you're going to try to go up.
So for going up terrain, it's usually going down 1 inch speed per elevation, right?
Yeah, but your tanks won't be able to come off of that ridge.
Oh, that's fine.
They're just going to go up, and you're just going to leave them?
Here. Yeah, I see them. You get cover, but I see you.
Oh my gosh. You're just going to leave a tank up on that ridge? Because there's no way to come down. The ramp is on the edge.
Yep, we're doing it.
Okay.
All right, buddy. How do you like being a mounted turret?
He's put his Mars up on that rock, and if it was a mech could step down. If it was infantry like the Bruticus or the Centurions, they got jumper packs, so they could jump, but that Mars is going to be stuck up there the rest of the game.
No way I can get off this.
But he's very likely to get cover, so that's also going to be a problem shooting back.
So
unless my mech takes him out.
I'm going to start with the cannon because that feels really disrespectful.
So you're going to cannon
I'm
going
to cannon your hurt infantry.
So do you see
I do see you. You get cover.
Oh my
goodness. But I see you.
You definitely do. All right, so I'm going to have 8s again. Please don't,
here we go.
just
1
kill
die.
them.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Would have eviscerated him. That's... All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and go with my machine gun. 3 ballistics, 1 damage each.
All right.
And for vehicles specifically, I don't think we mentioned this.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Usually, 1 focus would let you only use 1 weapon. So, for instance, I could only use my cannon. That'd be it because I drove on. However, for vehicles specifically, because they have an entire crew in there, for the first focus, you're allowed to use every weapon in the list. You have to go through all of them consecutively if you want to use them.
You can do them in whatever order.
But, for instance, I can't be like, okay, I'm going to machine gun. I'm going to machine gun again. I don't want to use the smoke. Wait a minute, now I want to use the smoke because they didn't kill.
Right. So and that is the thing that we didn't mention yet. Each unit sort of has its own differences for why you'd want to field them.
Yeah.
Infantry are going to give you more models with the same amount of focus, and they each have their own health pool. So if Andrew, for example, did 20 damage to that first rifleman that he blasted, all that extra damage just is gone. It doesn't transfer to the next model because he's in the same unit. They both have their own health pools. They're both separate, but they activate at the same time.
They also are necessary to do certain objectives.
Yes, there are certain objectives, right. Vehicles, their special ability is that they can fire all weapons, like Andrew was mentioning, on their stat profile once for the same 1 focus. If he shot all the weapons with his Mars and he's like, okay, I want to shoot my cannon again, he has to pay 1 focus for that specific weapon going forward. With war mechs get more focus than any other units on the table, so they're able to perform more actions, but their kind of counter is it's all just from 1 unit. They have a higher health pool, they're more expensive, but they get more focus. So that way each of them sort of has like a different reason for why you would field different units in this type of game.
I tried to field 11 Centurions and 1 Sentry. It didn't go well. That game ended really quick. I literally had half an army by turn 2.
All right, so...
All right.
You're going to fire those machine guns now at my riflemen?
Just get a crit. That's 2 hits.
All right, so my save is back to 4 because it's not from a minigun. I saved 1, failed 1, so I take 1 more damage.
And then my last machine gun.
Unfortunately, he has 2 machine guns.
Yep, here we go, please. And that's one hit.
Oh.
All right, come on. Just one.
Yeah! Failed it. Lost that whole unit before the game even got going.
Imagine not even getting a shot off.
Jeez. All right.
Luke had a question about units.
In terms of updates, how many units do you tend to make and how often do you make them? Well, at this point, we have a lot of units. If you go to revelationswar.com, you'll see there is tons of stuff. Most every unit in the game also has a veteran version, which gives it a little bit more cost, but it has some better perks. Sometimes they have new weapons, sometimes they have better stats. And then there's also heroes. So right now, we only have hero war mechs, but like you could use that regular Sierra model or this regular Goblin model that I have here, and there is a hero for this right now that you could be able to use in the game using the same model. So it's not like maybe like Warhammer or Star Wars Legion where you got to go buy a specific hero model, even though it might be the same as other models on the table. You use the same guy. We would recommend that you try to mark them maybe a little different sometimes just so that you can tell. But like when I'm only playing this game right here, if this was my hero Goblin, I could just tell Andrew, okay, this is who this is, because he's going to use the same loadout. As far as new units, we're trying to make new units every couple of months. It kind of depends. So, for example, the Mercenaries, they're our current faction along with Orca that we're trying to flesh out. So Mercenaries is going to get this huge catalog because they get to use basically every unit in the game with their own type of quirks. Orca is our third faction that we brought into the game, and it's the newest faction. So far, basically the way Orca works, unlike all the other factions that are big nations, or at least strong nations, the Outer Rim Colonial Alliance is kind of made up of all these sub-nations. So you've got Haven, which are kind of, the way I describe it is kind of like Scottish space pirates. Then you've got Eth, which are like space knights. You've got ABNT, which is this corporation that owns multiple planets. And then you've got Five Skulls, which is space pirates, like literally space pirates. You have some other individual planets, but basically all these planets work together in these sub-nations so that if any of the other planets get attacked by an outside nation, like the Republic or somebody else like the Union, the other sub-nations have to send troops to help them. So while none of them are too strong on their own, they're stronger because they have this alliance with each other. So that faction is the newest one we've added to the game. So we only have a smaller catalog for them. We have a new hover tank for Eth, which is available. The way that Orca also works, as a side note, you can use all the Orcan units together in one force. You don't have to have it only be Haven or only be Ethereal. But you can also, like if you want to only play Haven, you can. But we have a new hover tank that's being developed right now that I'm hoping to get to test later this week because it just got the files sent over to me. We got a new mech for them that's also in development. And then we're going to be using a significant portion of the Kickstarter money to start funding some other new projects for Orca. We're trying to, by hopefully like September, October, have Orca a full-fledged faction that has a nice catalog to choose from, so that way, or a nice roster to choose from, so it feels really comparable to the Republic or the Union. From there, Revelations itself has 10 main nations. So we've only gotten to 3. Mercenaries don't count. They're just like our fun sprinkles added to the game. So there are 7 other nations, primary nations, that haven't been created yet. So there's a lot more to add to this game that's not even here yet. Beyond that, to answer kind of a little bit more into Luke's question, we're going to be working on another rule set for Revelations called Revelations Battalion, which is going to be played on a 6x3, so double this space and length, and you're going to use up to 36 units, a whole battalion. And it's going to basically be the same game, but a little bit modifications to the rules so that it goes a little bit quicker, because if you 3 times, a full list game, it would take you would think 3 times longer. So we're going to make a couple of modifications for the way that activations work, and pretty much I think that game will be pretty easy to roll out. From there, we've got some other ideas, basically meaning there's a lot more for Revelations, and that's not even counting the novels and the campaign books and other material that's already available and being created to grow out the rest of the universe. So, Andrew, you've fired the cannon, both machine guns. You can't fire the missiles right now, so all you got left is smoke. Do you want to use the smoke?
I think I do. I'm going to put smoke right there.
Is that 8 inches? Or does yours go farther because you're a tank?
It should go further. I thought it was 12 inches. Yeah, that's definitely 12 inches.
Just making sure.
Yep, we're good. 12 inches.
All right.
That's about 9.
So he fired, so you have to mark one of your smokes. Yep. And then he has used both of his focus, so that Mars, he'll mark it after he's done. He is all the way done.
There we go.
Now I have to go with one of my armored units. And I don't really want to go with the Goblin. As tempting as it is to try to kill that Mars, I don't really want to go with the Goblin because he's still got his Sierra and another Mars left that could easily kill this Goblin if I'm not careful. So I'm actually...
Come on, just do it.
I'm going to retaliate with a Brigand.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And... But I don't want to do that because right now... And then if you bring them up, it's going to be a problem. So my Brigands can drive 12, and then they can flank for 36 inches. So 12 inches, where can I go to see if I can have any sort of easy shot? If I go here, might be able to see the Marine, but I don't really want to waste a Brigand on a Marine.
Just do it.
If I come right down the line, I can shoot at a whole row of infantry and at the Mars if I want. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, is coming up to about here? No. I don't want to let go of the model because as soon as I let it go, that's where it's got to stay. If I shoot here, I can see your Centurion clear.
Yeah, the front one.
And I can still see that Mars, and I know the Mars is going to get covered because it's up top, so it's not going to matter.
Which is nice.
So, all right, I'm going to leave him here.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and start going down my list of weapons, and I'm going to start blasting. All right, so let's do the minigun first. Minigun is going to shoot the front Centurion. Minigun is the same profile as the minigun that the Centurion has, so that's 5 D10s. His defense is normally...
I believe it's normally 4, but let me double check. Normally 4, yep, so it's going to be 5.
All right, so he's got a 4 defense, but a 5 because of the smoke.
Oh, wow.
So I got 2.
Nice.
That's not that good. So he's going to roll 2 save dice, which are D6s.
And save is 4.
But it improved 1.
Oh, it does?
Because minigun.
Oh, I didn't know the minigun was the same. Okay, so then that's 2 hits.
Whoo. All right, so I did 2 damage. That's not enough to kill it, though.
Yep. That's still what? 2 health left, I think?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yep, 2 health left. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and switch targets before I do my plasma slingers. I'm going to fire the Ravager Tri-Laser at the Mars. So the Mars is normally what defense?
Mars is usually a 5.
So he's a 5. He's going to be 6 because of the smoke, 7, 8 because of the cover. Because basically the way it works is that when you're shooting up, they're pretty much always going to get cover. If a mech was on top of the rock, I could see him because he's so tall. But the tank, he's still going to get cover. So he's going to be 8. So I roll 3 dice for the Ravager laser. Ooh, 2 9s.
2 9s? Ooh. All right, so save on 5. Oh, let's do it. Yep.
All right, so the Ravager Tri-Laser does 2 damage, but when I shoot at vehicles or mechs, it does an extra damage, so 3 each, so 6 damage total.
He's still alive. We're fine.
He's only half health now. So now I'm going to shoot my Rapid Plasma Slingers, which is 4 dice. If I hit with all 4, that would be 8, which would destroy it. But if I hit with only 1, I can at least kill that 1 Centurion. I'm going to shoot at the Centurion. I want to get the guarantee.
Go ahead.
Because he's also a lower defense. 3 hits.
3? All right, well.
That was worth it. I wouldn't have hit the tank at all.
Come on. He's fine.
He's shrugged off each of my plasma. That's garbage.
That's great.
I even hit and I didn't even end up doing
Good
anything.
RNG, baby.
I know he's probably going to try to go for my Brigand.
No.
So I'm going to go ahead and fire smoke directly on top of my Brigand. So he won't be able to come from any direction and I won't be able to get cover. All right, that is it for my Brigand. I need to mark the smoke ammo I used. Really quick for Luke, he asked, speaking of novels, are there any plans to make audiobooks of them? Or will there just be normal books for the foreseeable future? Well, Luke, actually, someone else had been asking me recently about doing audiobooks again. I am open to doing audiobooks. My concern is there wouldn't be enough people to read them because it's going to take a lot of time to record them. I am looking at doing them. I'm trying to find a economical way to record them to make sense for just cost of time. We had tried doing something like a Patreon to be able to do just the audiobooks pretty much so that there was like an incentive for me to do them and to get them out to people, but that didn't go through. So if you are interested, it kind of helps make the list of more people interested in audiobooks. and we'll kind of grow from there, kind of thing.
All right. I'm going to activate my second Mars. Now, I don't know if this is the right answer, but I am going to...
Pass?
Yep, just completely pass. Actually, drive it off the map, killing
have,
it instantly.
We have witnesses. We have a room of people watching this.
But realistically, I'm just going to full speed right up here. And that is my Mars.
All right, so because he did his cruising speed, that is both focus. So that Mars is done for this round. All right, so I'm going to go with...
Septimus, if you're asking about hero characters, heroes do exist for every faction now, right? Except maybe Orca?
Will you be adding hero-type characters for the game? Do you mean as far as a specific model that is a hero or hero stats for the game? Just let me know. Oh, don't want to get all messed up there. So because of the delay, you can go ahead and keep going.
Oh, no, I'm done. I drove.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You're
I
done.
can't do anything.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's you.
I know what I want to do. I don't know if I can do it. All right.
I really hope you can't.
Well, I have enough space here to be able to go up and drive up right here, so
Yeah,
I'm going to do
annoying.
that.
That's fine.
So that's annoying. He says as he's already killed a whole unit of infantry. I've only damaged. All right, it's going to be the same scenario as last time. So let's minigun that front punk first. Get rid of that front.
You will certainly try. Please don't hit me at all.
I needed fives. I got 2 hits.
I just need 2 saves. I just need 2
You
fives.
just need 2 fives.
That's a 5. He's still alive.
Is it 5s for both? I can't see the second one.
So you did the damage.
Oh, he's still alive.
He's still alive by 1, baby.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to laser the Mars first.
Yep.
Then...
No, you're going to hit the Mars. I already know that.
All right, so I need 8s again. 8, 9. I got 2.
9. Here we go. That's dead Mars. Yep, dead Mars.
12 damage. Those lasers just lanced that. He's
I don't know
out
why
of
that
here.
Mars could not save.
I'm going to plasma slinger that freaking
You may as well.
Centurion.
Oh, crit.
2 crits. Oh my
Yeah, all right,
gosh,
all
I
right.
wasted that.
That's perfect. Thank you. You did your job, buddy.
And then I'm going to smoke right on top of him again. Because I just don't want to... I'm not sure... Oh, use my other smoke. And, okay, so Septimus was saying... I meant in terms of hero minis. At the moment, we're not... I will say... We have a Hero Sierra, which is just really an alternate model of the Sierra. And then we also, I'm going to be putting together a Hero Goblin. They're basically, that way you have multiple poses for the same model, and you'll be able to use it as like, okay, this is going to be my lieutenant, this is my captain for my company, or if it's a specific named character. We are designing some of those. The great thing about doing things with the STLs and 3D printing is that we have a way wider range of stuff that we can do, especially if there's customers or players that want it, than we do if we were doing things the traditional way with using the molds, going through Chinese mass production. It would just create such a huge overhead that we don't have to deal with. Yeah, it still costs us money because this is a small company. We're a small business, you know, but we're trying to grow that as we continue. But the 3D printing, or if anyone's doing 3D printing themselves, gives us a lot more things to do. So I am all the way done with that. Brigand, I'm going to go ahead and mark him. He's done.
All right. Last thing
Last thing is your
Sierra.
So,
Which, that's
so far in this
idea.
round, I'm winning as far as kills go. Taking out a Mars, which is 15 points to the 5 for my rifleman. And then I've taken out a third of that Centurion force.
All right, so that's a terrible idea. I can't do that. You walk 11 speed. Where would 11 get me?
11 inches.
Thanks.
So, I mean, I could be there.
Well, technically that's 11 and a half.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I told it.
You got to watch, Andrew.
You know, I try to cheat. He just doesn't let me. I'm pretty sure that here, I'm not going to have clear line of... Oh, wait, actually. No, because you can't draw to the base. This is a rough position to start from. What's the range on your EMPs?
From the Bruticus is 10 inches.
Yeah, yep. Stand away from you. Got it. Get it. Understood.
Come closer, please.
Unless.
Don't do it.
Unless.
I may have made a mistake.
Unless. So let me see here. Spray. You may attack any enemy infantry models within 8 inches and up to 1 inch of your primary target.
I made a big mistake.
So 8 inches would be like right at that rock.
Yeah, so you're going to have to run all the way.
I would run.
You're going to have to run. Are you going to do that? Just like that? You're going to run up here? Do it, coward.
No, I've got a better plan for them. Just in case that doesn't work. All right, so... Oh, yeah, I can actually walk up here. So I'm going to walk up here.
You just going to move the terrain so you fit?
Yep, I would have fit anyways. And I do see you clear.
See what?
You're brigand.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Target lock?
Okay, so we have not done target lock yet. So the way target lock works, Andrew's going to put the smaller token by him. The larger goes to the designatee. So that way we know the target and who the designator is for this, and they're numbered between 1 through 4. So he would use, right now he's used the 2, matching 2 for me. So what this is going to allow him to do is any unit, any armored unit, so any tank or mech that shoots at this model will be able to reroll 1 dice from their dice pool. That's fantastic for him. And you can start using weapons like the missile launchers because the missiles require target lock to be able to be used. So, and any unit can reroll and any unit can use their missiles when they're shooting at this brigand. As long as that Sierra only shoots at this brigand, the target lock maintains, even if he loses line of sight. If I drive behind the rock, he still has it. But if he shoots at any other target, it'll go away.
All right, so first things first, I think I'm going to Buster Missile you.
Whew.
And
Are you sure?
I've only got 4 focus, so this is my 3rd focus. Absolutely.
So you jumped up there?
No, I walked.
Oh, you fit.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I was going to jump up there. That's what took me so long to decide.
That's not good.
Yep, that's really
I
good
wish
for
you
me.
jumped. It would have been better for me.
Yep. Okay.
So I am a 6 defense, if
6
you can see
defense
me
after
clearly.
the smoke. All right. So that's a crit and a hit.
Well, let me go ahead and try to roll my 2d6 and see if I survive this.
And just to let you know, this is 2 ballistic at 6 damage each to your 9 health pool. Guaranteed 6 damage.
Yeah, I'll be gone. If I fail both, I need 5.
Goodbye.
Oh, I failed them because he converts the other one to a miss. Instantly destroyed. Oh, 12 damage. Now, the good thing is, those Buster missiles, he can only fire them twice in the game, and he managed to hit with both, which is ridiculous.
But hey, that
here's your target
got rid of
back.
15 points, so thanks, buddy. And then for my last
because you got 1 focus left.
I'm going to shoot the brigand. I am going to double tap, and double tap lets me fire 2 dice from the Sierra. However, it gives you a +2 defense.
And you've switched targets.
Yep, which is effectively a +3.
So right now, this brigand is 6 because of this smoke, 7 because of that smoke, 8 because you're switching targets, 9, 10. He needs a 10 to be able to hit me.
Or crit fishing.
So if he can hit, if he hits with 2 10s, I'm just
Yeah, if I hit with 2 10s, he's done.
scooped anyway.
Ah, okay, 4-3. He did his job, it doesn't matter. And then that is my Sierra. Yeah, that was nice.
So see, this game can be really quick if he can get the right rolls. Stuff can be dead. And the way I wanted to design this game very specifically like how it is in the novels. It's so annoying when you read or when you watch the Star Wars movies and you see like how quick they can blow up ATSTs or just they can just drop stormtroopers, for example. And then you play the video games. Everyone's got this really huge health pool when you're like, but in the movies, it's like 1 shot and that clone trooper's dead. You know, there's like, it's just this huge disconnect. So I wanted the miniatures game to feel like the novels in how lethal, you know, both, these are spacefaring nations that have designed mechs and dropships and all this other type of technology. They're going to make their war machines super, super deadly. And so that's going to be that. So I'm going to go ahead and move my goblin on.
I feel like something's missing now that the print is done.
Could you shut off that fan real quick?
Yeah.
I forgot to turn that off when we started. Hopefully it didn't sound too annoying.
Oh, hopefully not.
Now it's very
Hopefully
quiet
it was
in here
masked by
because the 3D printer just finished printing. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go with the goblin here.
All right. Come at me, brother.
I don't have as much high damage as his Sierra does, so even if I manage something creative, I can't really just wipe him
You're
out
also
like
gonna
he
have to go
just
out of the
did
way
to
if you want
me.
to avoid that smoke.
Yeah, I do. I have to go
I'm
around it,
excited
otherwise
about
the
this.
smoke's going to end up being a problem. So my walk speed is 9, my run is 27, and I can jump 10. So what I really wanted to do was to run over here to shoot the back of this Mars, but then I've got his EMP
No, go ahead and
infantry
do that.
that are going to
Do
just
that.
drop me
You should do
immediately
that.
after. I'm not really fond of that at all. So what I'm going to do is something else. He'll get cover, but... And I'll have to run if I do that, I think. Yeah, the rock's too far away.
Oh, thanks, Arbiter's Honor. It's a fun game. Try it.
All right. Dang, man, this is what you were just dealing with now. I'm sitting here looking like, how the heck am I going to get a good shot in?
It's that fast, baby. Turns the game around.
Yeah, I was winning. Maybe I was just gloating a second ago. Now all of a sudden, I got a dead tank from one hit. But he's got a dead tank too. So
Yeah, this is pretty even right now.
all right.
You're down in infantry, but I'm down a Centurion.
I need to just go quick and just figure. I don't want to get EMP'd.
Acting like I have time to EMP you.
Well, I'm going to be going first next time because I know I've got initiative, so I can be a little bit riskier with my deployment here because I know I'll get to retaliate after. So what I'm going to do is try to think 2 steps ahead. So I'm going to move my goblin here and make sure I have him positioned right, like that. Okay. Then I am going to also target lock you.
Yep, makes sense.
Come on now. Target lock that Sierra. I'm going to go ahead and fire my smart missile launcher.
All right, yeah.
So that is a 5 dice missiles. Go ahead and fire those. So I walked, so that's no modifier there, but he's going to get a 2 cover because of that. So what is your defense?
Defense natural is 5, so you're going to be looking at 7s.
All right. Now, normally, you would only re-roll 1 dice with target lock. However, smart missiles allows me to re-roll 2. Re-roll both of these.
Ooh, that's all 5 with a crit.
All 5 with a crit.
All right, all I need is
Oh, yeah.
all I need is 5 4s. That's not that hard.
We'll see.
That's 4 hits.
All right, 4. Now, when
That could
you're
be worse. That
shooting
could
a
be worse.
mech, instead of just hitting all the dice pool, what I'm going to do is, because I had 4 successful dice, I'm going to roll 4 d6s, and this is going to tell me where the damage is going to go. So I have rolled 2 3s and 2 1s. So that's going to be 4 damage, because I do 2 damage each. 4 damage to the left arm. That's what the 3 is for. And then 4 damage to the center torso.
Okay, that could be far worse. That could be a worse place to get hit.
Torso. All
Left
right.
arm ain't doing much other than killing infantry
So
and
I've used
stabbing you.
1 of my ammo. I'm also now going to fire my linked plasma slingers.
Yep.
So linked as a keyword allows me to roll both weapons that have the same name. So I have 2 plasma slingers, 1 in both of the goblin's arms. I get to roll them both at the same time for 1 focus. The only downside is he gets a +1 to his defense. So he was 7s.
Yep, so now I'm 8.
So he's going to be an 8.
But he grits on 9,
But-
so
I get 6 dice for 1 focus. So it's a good trade-off for me.
that's a crit on 9, which is incredibly terrifying.
All right, so that was a really good roll.
Only 2 crits. All right.
If in most days, but I get to re-roll 1 because
Right,
of target
right.
lock.
Okay,
Nope.
2 crits.
So it's just 2
that ain't
crits.
terrible. Where? Are we looking?
Because it's 2 crits, he's not going to roll his saves, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll the 2 d6s. We got both right arm for 2 damage each, so 4 damage to the right arm. Unfortunately, I'm kind of spraying him rather than focus fire.
Do 4 damage to the legs next.
So let's see, I've walked, target lock, missiles,
Shot.
link, plasma slinger, so
You're out
he
of
is now
focus.
out of focus.
All right, and that's
It's
the turn.
the end of round, so we clean up all the activation tokens.
And evades
and-
go away now, right?
No, evades go away after.
After,
So we
got it,
clean
got
up the smoke. Evade tokens, however, stay through the order card phase. So that way, if you had an evade on your Sierra or one of your other units, like I have it on my infantry, that carries through the next round. So if someone plays tactical airstrike or artillery strike, those evade tokens are still there and until those cards are finished. Then they're removed at the beginning of the round. So, both going to go ahead and choose a card. I'm pretty sure... Oh, please don't do what I think you're going to do right back. That would be a... Oh, you did artillery strike.
What'd you do?
I did airstrike.
Ooh, interesting.
I
didn't have a target lock.
I thought you were going to sabotage.
Oh,
and push it back at me.
No.
All right, so I get the initiative token first.
Yep.
So he gives me the initiative token, so I have initiative. So the way that this works in this instance, we're going to resolve our order cards based on initiative. So I got airstrike. I'm going to resolve mine first. So with airstrike, choose any enemy model marked by a friendly tack or target lock, which tack is basically target lock with infantry, but it requires line of sight. So I don't have that, but I do have the target lock. Immediately perform a rate of fire 5, damage 4, armor piercing 1 attack against the chosen enemy model.
Ooh.
The only thing that has a target lock is his Sierra. So I'm going to go ahead and get 5 dice. We're going to go ahead and resolve this right now.
All right, we need 5.
He will not get his terrain cover because the airstrike can come from anywhere above him. So it's not like directly from me. So 5 dice.
I just really need you to miss.
Your defense is what?
Defense is 5.
Defense is 5s. I also do not get to re-roll with the target lock.
Which is nice.
It's just going to be what it's going to be.
Come on.
And that is all 5 with a crit.
Wait, that can crit? I thought
No,
the
only
airstrike-
artillery strike.
Okay,
can't.
I wasn't sure.
Airstrikes can.
Yeah, this is a dead Sierra.
So
How much
5
damage does that do? I forget.
It does 4 each.
Yep, this is a dead Sierra. That's only 1 save.
No,
No, that's all 5.
it's all 5.
Yeah, this is a dead Sierra.
All right. And because of armor piercing, it would already increase his save by 1, but the critical changed to 5
It
anyway.
might be over.
So we're going to go ahead and roll the 5 dice. Tell us where. Oh, and it's all over the place. Okay, now, for the sake of it, this is a ballistic weapon. So any damage that destroys a limb that's left over will transfer to the torso immediately.
You said it's 4 damage, right?
It is 4 each. So 8 damage to the left arm.
All right.
4 to the torso.
Yep, already got that.
4 to right arm.
It's dead.
And then 4 to the legs, but it doesn't matter.
Damn.
So he is out of here just by that.
All right.
That was one of the most incredible airstrikes I've ever had, and I did it on camera.
My saves are just rolling terribly
No,
today.
well, there's nothing you can do when it's like that.
All right.
So this attack is resolved, and I also removed the target lock because he dead. So
Okay.
now he's about ready to give me back a healthy dose
there's
of punishment.
only one way for me to win this, and I need those.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So his artillery strike is going to use these tokens. Are called. You can't really see them. They're
Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah,
you'll see them if you buy them. It's point of interest. So he gets to put 3 tokens anywhere on the map he wants, but they cannot overlap because they're each going to represent an attack against all models within 1 inch of that token. So artillery is freaking devastating when it gets in the right place.
The first one needs to go.
Oh, push F. F for respect for all the dead that are coming.
All right.
Oh,
And that would not hit.
that wouldn't hit anything if you put it there.
Yeah, we're stacking the goblin.
Oh.
All right, you want to do the Bruticus first?
Yeah, let's please.
All
Okay,
right.
so my active camo will not work because this is an explosion. This is an area of effect weapon.
Yep.
So it's not a direct line of sight. So my defense on my Bruticus is 5, but 6 because they all evaded.
Yep.
Now, to point out, when the artillery strike happens, so we're going to resolve this token first. This is going to hit everything within 1 inch. Even if it was friendly units for him, they would still get impacted. Or they might not, depending on the roll. So in this scenario, he's going to do this brute, and the goblin all from the same token. So it could be really bad. So what is your attack roll for this?
So my attack roll is a rate of fire 3 damage ballistic.
Okay, and you also cannot critical hit.
Yep, can't critical hit because that made these literally broken.
Yeah, playtesting revealed that needed to have the limit of the critical hit.
Nothing
no
like
critical
rolling
hit.
3 crits on infantry. And
Yeah, and they just immediately just disappear into a cloud of dust and blood.
All right, so rolling that metal brute first.
All right, so 6 defense.
And that is 1.
1. All right, so I'll roll the 1. So I need a 4 or greater. I got it. He survived it.
The next one.
Okay.
If I could kill one of these, that'd be great. Ooh, all 3.
Oh, it's
All
beautiful.
3.
666. That's a little creepy. Let's see. Can he survive 3 of these?
No.
All right, so he takes 6 damage, which his
right,
health is only
he's
3,
buff.
so he's immediately dusted.
All
All right.
Now all 3 on the goblin.
So now, still got to resolve this token on the goblin. It's going to be 3 separate attacks hitting the goblin.
That's
his
5 defense, right?
His defense is a 5, yes.
Yep, so 1 hit.
So 1. So my save is a 4. I only get 1 dice. Ooh, failed that.
All right, and that's going to be in your legs.
All right, how
I
much
could break
damage?
your legs. That'd be nice. 3 damage.
Okay, so 3 to the legs. Now that resolves this token.
And then second token on the goblin. All 3.
Oh, no!
All right, come on. Come on. Time for you to get some bad rolls.
Ooh.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2.
Only 2. 1 save.
Torso and the left arm.
Oh, man, this is bad.
And then the last token. Come on.
All right, got 1 token left.
Gotta do a bit more damage.
Whew.
1 hit. That's bad. It hits though. Nice.
Gosh.
Right arm. So I literally peppered it everywhere.
Yeah, you just did what I did, but I didn't hit your legs till the end. So my goblin is alive. He's okay, but he's definitely feeling
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know
All
what I
right,
gotta
so
do. This is gonna be hard.
we both resolved our cards. Now we're going to be moving into the beginning of the round. So evade does come off from all models at this point. So there's literally no tokens on the table. If there was target lock or tack lasers, those would still be on as long as the targets were still alive after that all that brutal attacking. But otherwise, most tokens are removed when we do the cleanup. All right, so now we're going into this. Because I have initiative, I'm going to be the one going first, so I have to go ahead and resolve something. Now, it makes sense for me to try to go with the goblin, because if he manages to kill the goblin, that's a lot of focus I don't have. So, now the problem is, if I move up here, I can see the Mars, I can have a very good chance of killing the Mars, but then he can swing those Marines around and throw EMP grenades at me, and he might be able to shut me down, which means I won't even be able to use that model in the next round, which is
or more if you fail your roll,
or even more next time. Yeah, it could even be worse. So I don't want to get too close to any of those Marines, because I could end up losing the game and throwing the lead that I have just by messing up. But the way he's positioned, I really don't have a good place to go,
which is nice.
Which is nice for him. So I've kind of got.
You should just run like right here.
So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to go for those infantry and try to kill them, hoping that I don't want to use my goblin to chase down Marines so early in the game, but it makes more sense to try to kill them than it does to get blasted some other way. So I have a walk speed of 9. So if I walk here, I won't be quite close enough. Oh no, I'll be close enough. He won't get the cover.
Yeah.
He won't, because I can definitely see over it. He can't. So
maybe this guy, because I can't tell if it clips this rock.
It looks like I'd still be able to see more than half. All right, so I've walked. That's one of my focus. I got 3 more. I'm going to go ahead and fire the linked plasma slingers first.
Please don't.
At the one on your right. The furthest one this way. All right, so his defense is what?
His defense is 5s. Go ahead and murder little Jimmy.
You know what? I feel better giving you the cover on that, because I'm not really sure.
7s, 8s, because linked.
All right, so I need 8s. Oh,
I got you.
I'll just roll this up.
That would have been a crit.
2 crits.
All right.
4 damage. No, they're still alive. They got 5 health.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So
I was thinking Centurion health pool.
4 damage. She's not close enough. I could use my auto machine gun, but I won't get the automated. So I'm just gonna shoot the plasma slingers again at the same group, the damage group.
Ooh, an 8.
I got one hit. He might be able to save it.
All right, I just need a 4. That's a 3.
All right, he's dead. And then I'm going to fire my plasma slingers one more time at the other target. Now, because I'm switching targets, it's a +1 to his defense.
So 6s.
So he's going to be 6s, but he loses the rock cover, so it ends up being still better for me. 2.
Okay, I mean, he's living.
Yeah, he'll still be alive.
He's saved. He's
saved them both. All right, well.
Nice.
Then I'll go ahead and mark the goblin. He is finished for this round.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Centurion.
Okay.
Maybe. I have to think about that. What is your walk speed, Centurions? I feel like it's 4 inches. It's 5. So... 8 inches active camo, right?
Let me double check. I believe it's 6.
6? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 6 inches.
No, not even close.
All right, so I am going to activate this Centurion.
Okay.
I'm going to first use my focus beams, which is rate of fire 2, crit on 8, I believe.
Yes.
Yep, crits on 8. Can only be fired once, though. Slow charge.
But you're trying to take out the brigand, right?
2 7s. Yep, hit the brigand. I definitely see you.
Okay, well, I gotta roll. I need 5s or greater because my save is pretty garbage. Failed them both.
Nice.
So I take 4 damage.
Yep, 2 damage each. Oh, no. It is 3 damage. No, I'm sorry. I misread it. I keep reading 2 energy. I did that before.
Yeah.
It's 2 damage.
Yeah. So
All right,
4 damage on the brigand. What is that Centurion's second focus going to be?
I'm going to attack laser just to be safe.
Okay.
And there we go. And then he is just going to pop in front and do the same thing.
Okay,
with
so
the
he
focus
walked in front. Now he's going to be firing his focus beam.
Yep.
So my defense is still just 5s. And you got,
Crit hit.
Yeah, crit hit. I'm
Nice.
probably taking both of these. Yep, 4
All right.
more damage. I have literally 1 health left.
Nice.
So I am at
And then this guy's done.
8 damage. Gross. Well, I need to go with that brigand real quick before he gets killed. What are you measuring for?
Don't worry about it.
I am. I'm going to be worried about it.
Well, you will next turn.
Well, I need to go with the brigand because he's about ready to just get dropped.
Yeah, you shouldn't go with him. I wouldn't worry about it.
So I'm going to go ahead and fire my minigun at the front Centurion.
Yep. Please miss. We need 4s.
I got
3?
4. Oh, yeah, I got 3.
All right.
And that's all 3, so that's 3 damage, right?
Yep. 3 damage. Then I'm going to fire my lasers at that front guy because the lasers against infantry are not very good. So my tri lasers are actually going to drop a damage, so they're going to do 1 instead of the normal 2.
Yep.
So, but he only has 1 health left. So if I fire the lasers, I get 1 hit. It's enough to kill him. All right. So lasers needing 4s. I got 2.
Ooh, 2. Please miss 62. Oh, no, he's dead.
All right. So definitely the one laser got him.
All right. That's fine. That's fine.
And then I'm going to fire the Ravager Plasma
please
Slayer
don't.
at the next Centurion. So all 4. No crits, though.
All right. I just got to get 4s. 3
So
4s.
if 2 of these get through, he's dead.
He's fine.
Oh my gosh, you managed to live.
2 damage on him.
Okay.
Go ahead and try to kill me, brother.
All right.
All right.
Well,
This is such a bad thing for me.
I'm going to drive right here.
And then my attack laser disappears, right? Because
Yep.
broke line of sight.
Yep, broke line of sight. I didn't smoke before I moved, so I can't do the smoke. But that's fine because I'd rather keep him alive than worrying about the smoke anyway. So he is done. I still have 1 smoke left,
Do
thankfully.
brutes have jumps?
They do.
What's the range on that?
Their jumper pack is only 5 inches. 6 inches, sorry.
6 inches? Okay. And they walk 6, I assume?
They walk 5.
They walk 5?
Yeah, 5, 12, 6.
All right.
So, I mean, for those of you who've been watching the whole time, we're only into round 2. So we haven't even finished round 2 yet. He's already down multiple infantry models, a tank, and a mech. And I'm only down, well, I'm down 2 units, but I'm down an extra infantry as well. So, but on the flip side, my brigand has 1 health left, and my goblin is he's okay. He can fight the infantry for a while, but if that Mars gets a good enough hit, that goblin's going to be in real rough shape.
All right. So I've got a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. Can you shoot through friendly war mechs?
No,
No?
no. They block line of sight. Did you just run?
Yep.
That is a bad idea.
Yep.
Oh, and then you get initiative first next time. Well, that's a problem.
I have to try it.
That's a problem.
Guess who's really got to try this?
All right. So that, he's done with him because he only has the 1
How long has
model.
that camera been on me?
Just a few seconds. I just switched it over.
Well, how dare you? The last time I looked, it was still on me.
All right.
Someone grab some Command and Conquer music. Yeah, get something Russian.
Get the Russian
Get the
march.
Soviet march.
Yeah. I'm going to see
If you can stand on a rock.
if this brute can jump up here.
Please don't.
He fits. So I'm going to jump up, and then I'm going to attack laser you.
Oh, that's fine. That's not as big of a deal as I thought.
Oh, I don't need to attack laser you. Why would I attack laser you for?
I don't know.
I've
But
already
I'm at
used
9
my
inches.
airstrike. You're at 9 inches?
Yes.
Well, that's fine because I do 10 inches.
Oh, is it 10?
Yeah, it is. I'm going to try to EMP you.
All right.
All right, so this is the first time I've used EMP in the game. So the way EMP works, in this instance, I have the X EMP grenades, which just means they're fancier EMP grenades. My max range is 10 inches. I get 3 dice, and I'm trying to hit his defense. If I'm able to hit all 3 dice to hit his defense, he's immediately shut down, and he won't even be able to try to turn him on until next round. So this round, he's gone.
Because you jumped, you do.
I
get one
because
extra
I have
defense.
stabilizers. Yeah, you get a +1 defense. So you are,
A 6 then.
and I definitely see more than half of
Yeah,
you
you
up
definitely
there.
see me.
All right, so it's a 6 defense.
we go.
I have to get 3
Please don't turn
6s
me
or
off.
greater.
Ooh, only one.
Only one.
Only one. All right.
But you will lose
Oh,
one.
here's my EMP token. Oh, you
Yeah,
got it?
I had some too. So you will lose one.
Yep, one focus.
Action. So yeah, one focus.
Which is fine. I can still work with this. As long as he doesn't get shut off.
Man. All right. So that's it for that guy. And I've got one other model left. There's not really probably a good likelihood that he's going to be able to.
Jump somewhere.
Nope, not
Yeah.
enough.
Not enough space. Nice.
And if I run 12, I would be out of focus too, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
You could just put yourself right out in the open. That'd be cool.
Nah, I think what I'll do is I'll save him. So what I'll do is I'll just move up here,
Yeah, makes sense.
be like right here, and then I'm going to evade.
All right. So I'm going to activate these Marines.
Oh, actually, he probably would have had to run to get that far. Yeah, he could jump. He could jump that far.
Okay.
I'll just evade after.
All right, so I'm going to activate this base
And
first.
mark them with the activation token. They're done.
Actually, real fast. Let me put him back. I think I need to swing wider. There.
Oh, yeah, I definitely see her.
All right.
You're brute. You do get the active camo, but I see you.
And I also would get the cover because I am up higher.
Even though I see you. I can see almost all of your base.
Yeah, I should still get the cover. I would if I was on. Well, I am
Because
up
you're
on a-
so high and
I'm on
there's
a high
nothing.
point. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any other like ridge.
Yeah, there's no red.
Yeah, I won't take it. I do get. Okay, so defense is normally 5. Active camo will give me 2, so 7, and then 7.
Yep, 7.
7.
All right, 7. Let's try to shoot.
Please don't kill me.
5 days.
Well, 2 hits.
2.
hits.
So
And you
my
have what, 4
save is 4. I have 3 health.
3 health? Ooh.
Oh,
All right,
Saved
that's
1.
1.
Failed 1.
And then this guy is going to
1
do
damage
the
on
exact
him.
same thing.
Okay.
Come on, just 2 crits. 2 crits.
That was 4 hits with 2 crits.
Sir, let me get that out of the way.
Sorry to mess with you, sir.
So
We'll be out of there.
Yeah, goodbye.
All right. I'm still getting good rolls. I'm not out of this yet, even though I have basically nothing of importance.
That's a problem.
Oh, what am I Mars going to do? Oh, this sucks.
Well, I only got my rifleman left over here. I'm gonna run.
Yeah, that sucks. All right.
Run them. Run them. They're done.
And then the Mars.
I'm all out of units for this round.
Which can't really see anything. So he's going to have to spend his focus to move. The problem is, move to do what?
So you guys will see, yes, this is the second round, and yeah, we're also doing the demo, kind of teaching the rules as we go, but it's going faster now that there's less units on the table. So now he's down to just his Mars, and it's going to be interesting.
I've only got 1 focus. I can't
You won't be able to move
drive
and
full
shoot.
speed. I think this is one of the worst ideas I've ever had. I'm here for it. So, swing right there.
All right. So that's it for this round. So his EMP will clear. because it wasn't enough to shut him down. So remove all the activation tokens from my side. And yeah, I'm going to do this.
Coordinated attack.
Oh, impervious endurance. So his card will resolve first because you'll be getting the initiative token.
Yep.
So what does your card do?
Lets me activate 2 friendly units on my first turn.
But you also have to pick
Yep,
them.
I have to pick before I activate.
So he has to tell me right now which 2 units.
Marine, Mars.
Makes sense. So now when he does activate, he does not have to do them both, but he can't use anybody else.
Yep.
He has to use either of them or both of them when he activates. I used Impervious Endurance. Choose any single friendly model and mark it with a bonus token, which I have here. It's a blue triangle. The chosen model receives +3 defense until the end of the round. So I'm going to put it on my Goblin because I know he wants to try to shut him down. The Brigand's got 1 health. If he shoots the Brigand, it's probably dead. But the Goblin needs to stay alive because if I can keep the Goblin alive and kill his Mars, at that point I'm just cleaning up infantry. If he shuts the Goblin down, I mean, the game will probably end up switching to him because he'll kill the Brigand.
Yep.
And I'll just have a couple infantry left to deal with.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I'm going to activate the Marine first. We're going to see how this is going
Okay.
to go. I need
So-
8s, right?
My defense is normally
5+3, I think.
5. Yep. So I need
Yep.
8. I don't think I'm going to get the cover. I'm not close enough
Yeah,
to it.
Definitely not.
So he needs 8 or greater. But you roll how many dice for your EMP grenades?
I roll 4.
Yes.
Because there's more men on the base.
More
So
men
greater
on the
chance.
base. All right. So he gets 4 dice to try
All
to
right.
shut me down.
Even 2 would be nice just to cut down on your actions. Okay, that's nothing. But I have 2 EMP grenades that I can use.
Yep. So first throw did nothing. There was not 1 success even. So now you need to try.
Come on.
You're going to go ahead and use your second action
Yep,
to
to
throw
throw
another
more
thing at
EMPs.
EMPs.
That's 1, so
All right. Well,
1 goes through. All right, so I'll be
but
down 1.
but it shows it was worth playing that because that last one you would have shut me down.
Yep.
10, 2 7s, he would be off.
Yep.
So I
All
didn't
right.
want to play that. I wanted to play something more aggressive, but I needed to.
So now the Mars activates.
Okay.
And let me see, 6 inches.
This is gonna.
Line of sight here.
This is gonna be a painful activation.
Yep.
I definitely need to hit both of these while trying to avoid the Goblin's line of sight, which I think I can do by being right up here. I'm pretty sure.
So you can use the measuring tape if you like to help draw a line of sight to help kind of see. You definitely see him.
Oh, I see-
Oh
I
no,
see.
you
Yeah,
see
I
him.
get it.
You see him
All right.
because he can go ahead and say he's shooting from this point of his base,
Yep.
which would give him way more than 50%. He's fine there.
So I'm going to machine gun your brute first.
Oh, I need to take off the
Yep,
evade
okay.
token. Yeah, the evade was from last round,
All
so
right.
we did the cards first.
So
All right, so he is less than 6 inches, so I don't get my active camo, so it just makes my defense 5.
here we go.
1 hit. Wow, that's kind of garbage.
All right.
Oh, wait, but I do...
+1 damage to infantry within 8 inches.
Okay, so if I fail this, I take extra.
You saved.
I saved it, so I'm okay.
Second machine gun. Just got to get a crit. 2 hits.
All right, come on, please.
Die.
Uh,
nothing, I think.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Man, he's tough. The other guys just got dropped.
Well, I need to cannon the Brigand. Crit.
Just a critical hit, just does 6 damage to my 1 health guy. Just blow. That is. There is nothing
right.
left. That crew's
And then-
gone.
Just to be safe.
You got to smoke.
Smoking myself.
And that's the first smoke that I use.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do here, the good thing is he's already used 2 activations, so he's only got 2 left. I've still got
Yep.
3 because he killed my Brigand. I had one.
Yep.
I'm actually going to go with the Rifleman first.
Yep, makes
Because if I can kill that Marine, I don't need to spend my Goblin after the Marine. I can swing over and try to go after this Mars.
It is a very fun game, Mystic.
All right. So, my Riflemen, they get to roll 6 energy against when I'm shooting at his infantry. So my laser rifle gives me 6 dice. Your defense will be what? 'Cause you're out in the
It's
open.
going to be 5.
He's just out in the open 5s. So I got 4 with
That's 3 crits.
3
Crit on
critical
9.
hits because against infantry, rifleman's rifle needs a 9 to crit. So that's 3 crits with
But
another
hey,
hit.
my save goes down when I'm defending against infantry.
Ah.
That matters so much right now. Well, I didn't save anything.
All right, so 4 damage. I'm going to go ahead and shoot a second time because I got to try to kill him.
Yep.
So
Crit.
I got a crit.
He's
Yep,
done.
doesn't matter. He's scooped.
Well, he did his job. He tried.
All right, now that rifleman model is done. I'm going to go with this one, shooting across here at the Mars. The Mars will get the smoke, which makes his defense what?
6s.
All right, so now
6s, and you can't crit.
in this scenario, as Andrew was saying, the laser rifle has small caliber. What small caliber is this weapon can only critical hit against infantry models. So my infantry can shoot the Mars, but it can't get a crit. So if I get a 10, it's just a regular hit. So here we go. I need 6s.
6s. Oh wow, that's
How about only 1?
That's way worse.
Better for you.
I'm fine.
And he saved all of it. I'm going to shoot a second time because I'm sitting there. Might as well.
Yep. Wow. Wow. How about all 6?
Of those?
All right. Well, I still need 5s. And how about 5? How about
5 damage. Those infantry just went beast mode on that Mars.
All right. Well,
Let's see. Mystic was saying, I backed at the lore pledge. Thank you for
Nice.
that. Thank you for that. And my resin printer comes tomorrow. Hot dog. What kind of resin printer did you get? All right. So I did 5 damage to that. These riflemen are done.
Yep.
They're all done. I do want to ask, Mystic, did you back also do the add-ons for the order tokens, the order cards and the tokens, or did you only do the lore package? Because it is important to point out because you do need the tokens and cards to play.
Okay. So I think the last option that I have to try to clinch this is to jump up here with the Centurion.
Oh boy.
And you are going to get cover. And because
Oh, boy.
I jump, that's an extra +1, so you're going to be at +3, but I'm going to try to take the shot at the Goblin.
You're going to just shoot the goblin.
Yep. I don't get a choice.
What a jerk. All right, so...
I got 2 2s.
Okay, well, we don't even have to worry about the defense. It's just going to be no. All right, well, that was fun.
All right, well, your turn. Woo, I love doing nothing.
How much health does he have left?
2.
2. I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to shoot at him.
Well, hey, I'm 5s now. You jumped. Oh, and actually, hold on. I also have thick armor, which is decrease this model save by 1 from infantry models.
Okay. So I get 3 dice, but I get a 9 or greater as a crit against infantry. Hoping for 2 9s. Well, that's 3 with a crit.
3 with the crits. I gotta get all 3 3s. I did it. He only takes 1.
Dang it, he's alive.
And how much damage does he have? Because I thought I did 1
Well,
of them.
good for you. No, that one didn't have any damage.
Oh, yeah, I
Remember,
missed
he
them all.
just tanked
Yeah.
it. Let's see real quick. Mystic was saying, yeah, I did the 2 add-ons, the card tokens, and the automated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Seriously.
Nice.
We didn't get into the automated system tonight, but that... Andrew
Automated
can speak
system
to
is
that.
fun. Campaigns are fun.
Yeah, because it allows you to do solo gameplay, or Andrew and I, in this scenario, we could team up against an NPC force, and then that way we don't have to have... It's always fun having the competitive element of going back and forth with a live opponent.
But co-op's fun.
But
Co-op
yeah,
is
being able to play against a generic enemy where you both can just go all at it and not feel the... because sometimes you're playing against an opponent that maybe isn't as experienced with miniature games, or they're just more of a casual player while you're really competitive. Well, if you play, together, you can just lay into that NPC force, and there's
It's also really
no hurt
hard
feelings.
to get angry at an NPC.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so let's see. He is done. He jumped, and
goblin,
then he
right?
finished. No, you got your Marines.
No, I meant because... Oh, yeah, you jumped. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well... I'm going to walk up 3. And guess what we're doing?
Shooting at him, yeah. And it is worth pointing out as well, I haven't tried to put too much emphasis on showing any of the tokens. We have acrylic coming that we just ordered for all the Kickstarter backers that did all the add-ons. So we're actually going to be updating the tokens. They're going to still be acrylic, but we're going to more of a solid color rather than them being clear with a spray painted color on. We didn't have any issues with the tokens as far as there was no paint chipping, anything like that. we were just trying to find a faster method that still gave really cool results. So we're hoping that this new acrylic will really help us a lot, because the production time is frankly, it's too intense. They look nice, but it's really intense on our end to kind of get it done. So we've got this other acrylic coming. With the holiday, it kind of slowed down a little bit, but we're hoping to get that, and then we're still trying to get everything set to be finished and sent out to everybody by the end of June, so that way we fulfill our commitment with Kickstarter, and then we can move on to other projects. So, all right, you go ahead and shoot at me.
And you're going to be what, 7th?
You're more than 6.
Yep.
So, yeah, 7s, because I don't get the cover. We already established that.
And that is 2 crits with a hit.
Could you don't?
So that could very easily kill.
Yeah, if I don't get 3 saves, I'm goodbye.
Please. Well, nice.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jumped up trying to be all cool and just...
And then the next guy is going to do a run.
Chris said, automated system is fun even just doing solitaire. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's being able to play by yourself. I've designed the automated system with the team system in mind, because I think the team up is a lot of fun. Actually, we've been doing that with a campaign that we've been designing, and it's been a lot of fun. But with COVID, there's been a lot of restrictions because of the virus, so that people have been locked down. Different people around the world have different lockdowns than what we do in the United States, even state to state. If we live in Florida, we have a totally different system than what players might experience in New York or California, Michigan. Yeah. Very different situation. Regardless of your stance on the virus, doesn't matter. What matters is, being safe, obviously, but also if you can't play with another person live, having the ability to still play a miniatures game is still fun, because, for a lot of us, this is, as far as entertainment goes, this is one of my biggest forms of entertainment. I love miniature gaming. I've been playing for like 20 years on different games, so I love this aspect, but with lockdowns and stuff, it makes it difficult. The automated system at least lets you be able to roll some dice. It's not going to be the same as playing against another person or playing with a person, but it's at least something better than playing on tabletop simulator or something else where, it helps kind of scratch that itch, but it's still not the same.
Tabletop simulator is it's more clunky than real life.
Well, and it's never you don't paint your own models, you're not rolling the dice by hand. It's just a different...
Very different feedback. Still fun, don't get me wrong, but it's never as good.
Right. All right, so what's the second Marine doing? Did he just run up?
Ran.
Okay, so he's all done.
Your goblin activates.
So now all that's left is my goblin. Now, because I was EMP'd this round with 1 grenade, I'm not shut down, but I do have 1 token on him, which means my focus pool is -1. So instead of the 4 focus, I've got 3 focus. So at the end of the day, I've got to kill this Mars, and if I could kill the Mars and kill the Centurion, I pretty much got it.
I have 1 trick in my bag.
He could try to shut down.
I've got 1 trick in my bag.
He could try to shut down but I'm going to have initiative on the next round.
Yep.
So it could be pretty gruesome right here. All right, so 3 focus. So if I walk, I can just blow the crap out of him and then hope that I can get 1 crit going back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a pro gamer move.
You will try it.
I am going to move 9. Going right here. Oh, if I go right there, I'm not going to be able to see. I need to think about that for a second. If I run here, that'll be 2 focus. I literally only have. But if I move here, that's 1, 2, 3. If I run, I could linked, use my smart machine gun. But I got to stay away from that EMP. Well, I don't really have to worry about the EMP grenade because I'll be able to go with the goblin first. Next round, I'll have all 4 of my focus back. Decisions. What do I want to try to go for? I'm gonna walk right here, so I can see the Centurion. I can see the Mars.
Do it.
All right, so let's do this. So
see what happens.
Because he has the smoke, I want to try to shoot at him first. Well, let me see. He's going to get 2 covers, so he'll be a what? A 6?
Yes.
7 if he's my second action. You have 6 on him.
Yep. It's going to be the same either way.
I really don't want this going to a 7 because he's only got 5 damage, so I want to try to kill him for sure if I can. So I'm going to go ahead and do my linked plasma slingers.
Gonna put me
getting
at a 7.
6 dice, so he's going to be at a 7. But if I can hit and take this out, or at least get it real, real close, that was a garbage roll.
That's only a crit and a hit. You can't kill me.
2, yeah.
All right, so I need 2 5s. Did not, but that's all right. He's got 1 health left.
So, no, he only took 4 damage.
No, he's got 3 health left. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Nice.
I'm going to
Replace
shoot
this
my
one
plasma
with
slingers
5.
again, but so now his defense will go down to 6, but I only get 3 dice.
Ooh.
3 with a crit. That's rough.
right.
He's got to save 2 of these.
Yep. Which means I have to go 3. No, definitely did. That's fine.
Goodbye.
So you walk, shot twice. You're out of both.
Yep, I'm out of focus. So that's the end of this round. The
Yep.
smoke would clear. We remove the activation tokens. My bonus token and the EMP are all removed. And we're beginning round 4. And I got initiative.
There you go.
All right.
So if I were you, I know what you would do.
What would I do?
Be really mean.
I'm not going to do that.
Your mistake. All right, let's do it.
All right. Moment of heroism.
Computer jam.
I'm going to let you reread that just to be sure.
Oh, it has to be vehicle or Warmack.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're not doing
I'm
that.
not
All
gonna
right,
be
cool,
a-
thanks, man.
I'm not going to be
Appreciate
a jerk. I'm going to...
Yeah, I didn't read that right.
So
That's fine.
There's a card in here called Computer Jam, and if you use Computer Jam, choose any enemy or a single enemy vehicle or war mech model that any of your friendly war mechs have line of sight to. And basically, it makes all of my attacks, if you were to do it to me, -2 on all my attack dice until the end of the round. But he doesn't have a war mech, so if he played that, it would literally do nothing because he doesn't have a war mech to use it from.
I'm changing to impervious endurance.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got...
+3 defense on anything I choose.
Okay, so he's gonna. So I get to go first. I'm not doing an attack, so it will resolve them simultaneously. So this scenario for me is moment of heroism. Choose a friendly war mech model and mark it with a bonus token, the triangle again. That model receives a +2 focus until the end of the round. So he's normally a 4. He now has a 6 focus until the end of the round. But Andrew is going to pick a unit that's going to have a 3 defense, just like I used last time, for the rest of the round.
It's going to be this front marine.
Ooh, ballsy. Okay.
I'm out of options.
Do you have your bonus token?
Is it this?
No, it's the blue triangle.
Oh, blue triangle.
Yep.
All right, there it is.
All right.
All right, go ahead and do whatever you're going to do. It's going to be mean.
So I'm going to fire just... Let me see. Right now you're a 4.
Yep.
5, 6 because of cover. 7 if I fire linked. I'm going to fire my regular plasma slingers at him.
Yep. 1 crit will kill me. I've got 1 HP. No crit. Only 1.
I did get a 7, so I did get 1.
All right, just give us 4. It's a 3.
All right, so he's gone. And I didn't mention earlier, when you're activating models, you don't have any sort of forced way of doing things. Like, you don't have to move first, then resolve your attacks. You can do them in any order you want, as long as you have the focus and as long as they're legal moves.
Yep.
So, for example, I can't move once, shoot, and then move again unless I had some strange keyword that right now doesn't exist. Except for scoot and shoot. I do forget
Scoot and
that.
shoot, yeah.
But for most models, that's not available. Almost every model. There's only 2 right now in the game that have it, I believe. So what I can do is I can do any actions I want in any order I want, but I can't do like moves multiple times. I can only do 1 move per activation. I can shoot as many times as I have focus for, but I only can perform 1 movement. And there's other things too, like I can target lock, but why would I want to do multiple target locks? Because I would lose those if I can only target 1 thing, unless again I have a special keyword. So, my goblin, he used 1 focus to shoot. I'm going to use a 2nd focus to walk over here because I don't really have good line of sight anyway. I don't really want to give this guy cover. So I'm going to walk right here.
Here we go.
That's 2. Now,
You got 4 shots on me.
the goblin has auto machine gun, which has the automated keyword, which is this weapon may be fired once per round at the nearest enemy infantry models within 8 inches for free. So it won't cost me a focus to go ahead and try this. And because it is a machine gun, it does +1 damage to infantry models within 8 inches. So if I can use the automated keyword, I can go ahead and just do it anyway.
However, I am 8th because of my card.
Right. But I get a free attack, so I might as well go ahead and go for it.
Just gets 3 crits. Kills me instantly.
So what are you normally? You're 5?
5, so 8th.
No, so you're actually 9 because I'm switching targets.
Right, 9. Nice. That's 1
I
crit,
get a
so
crit,
2 damage.
2 damage. So let's see, your 9s.
If the plasma slinger hits, it's crits.
Right.
It's guaranteed damage.
So let's see. So that was shoot,
Yep.
move, and then it was a free shoot. So I still have 4 focus left because of my bonus token. I'm going to shoot just the regular plasma slingers at him. Nope. I still get 3 more.
Right.
I'm going to do it again.
Crit.
2 damage.
He's got
So
1 HP.
I have 2 focus left. I'm going to fire plasma slingers again.
Ooh.
Gosh.
Missed. So you got 1 left,
I
right?
got 1 left.
Come on, just
gonna-
survive this
I'm
one
going to
hit.
do linked.
Just survive this hit.
If I fire linked,
No
he's going to have a
crits. You need
10
10s.
defense, but I get 6 dice.
No
so
crits.
I'm crit
No
fishing.
crits,
I
please.
need a 10. 110. Oh my gosh.
All right, well.
But he is now done. I'm going to go ahead and take off the bonus token because he's already used the focus. It doesn't really matter. So mark him with an activation. He is finished for this round. I know he's going to be trying to get close enough to EMP me just to shut me down at the end of the game here.
Attack laser.
No, not like this. No, don't do it. You going to airstrike me? I don't think I can get in range before that. Oh no, my rifleman. He's gonna airstrike me. Oh, I hope you're flipping happy with yourself.
Am I going to lose this game? Almost likely. Is this going to be one hell of a way to go out? Yeah.
Dang it. Oh, I don't think there's any way.
You literally
No,
can't.
there's no
You
way.
literally can't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just start running, brother.
If I just want to see if 12 inches later, I'll be able to see. So I have to run these guys,
Oh, man.
hoping that next round I'm going to get a shot. Man, I set myself up for that one. Goodness. Oh, he's done. Run the other guy beside him.
Yep.
They are done for this round because they ran. So, here we go into round 5.
I wonder what I'm going to do.
I wonder what you're going to do. I'm going to sabotage.
You good?
I don't have it. Artillery strike.
Yep.
But the downside is he
You
gets initiative.
absolute.
So he gets to resolve his airstrike before I get to resolve my artillery strike.
Absolute cowardice.
So even though he'll likely die from my artillery, he's gonna probably kill me right now.
Absolute cowardice. All right, let's do it.
He's not coward. He was upset that he took so many shots to kill those Marines.
You know what? Still a coward. All right, rate of fire 5, damage 4, armor piercing 1.
Yeah, that's
We
no
forgot about that
good.
last time. Didn't matter if you got all 5. But still.
Ooh.
That's 4 with a crit.
Oh no.
That's 4 with a crit. And armor piercing 1 will make his save go up 1.
Yep. So my save is currently 5 with the modifier.
That's 3. That's 3.
Oh no!
All right. I just need
At
3
first
to
I
the
was so
torso.
excited. I saw
Yeah,
these
was like,
big
oh, man,
numbers.
that's a lot. And then okay. I just need 3 to the torso, and he's dead. 10 damage to the legs, 5 to the torso.
No, it's 8 damage, right?
No, it is 4 damage. I'm sorry.
Okay, so 8 to
8 damage to your legs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 to torso. 1, 2. Still alive. Definitely felt that one. All right. Artillery strike.
Yep.
So let's see if he survives this. All right, so I get 3 dice per attack.
That's 2.
2, okay.
Oop, I dropped that. Come here. All right, save is on 4. 1 save.
Second artillery
That's
strike.
how much? 3 damage, right?
Yeah, so
2 more.
2 more. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did he
I
save
don't
that?
think it would have mattered.
Did he save it?
did
Reroll
it
that
hit
one.
your finger? All right.
Reroll that one.
He did save it then.
Son of a... All right, last one. Okay.
And it can't crit. That's 2 more.
2 more, but no crit.
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
All right. Yeah, good game.
Good game. Good game. So It wasn't exactly the proudest way to win it, but
Yeah, he is a coward.
but it still wins it.
He's only mad because I death jumped him last stream.
No.
Yeah, you
no.
were. Yeah, you were.
I'm a little salty.
Yeah, I know. You're still salty.
Yeah, but you know what?
Fight me in a real game.
In a real game.
Fight me in a real one.
This was a real game.
No, I mean a full 12.
Full 12. Well, we will try to do that next time. So, does anyone have any questions that pertain to maybe clarification of any of the rules or anything else? Because as you saw, we just finished 5 rounds of the game. Granted, round 5 ended by just the order cards alone. I didn't go with my rifleman or my goblin. But I mean, you see how quick it goes. Round 1, what you ended up taking out?
Brigand and Rifleman, right?
Yeah, and then I only took out a Mars and like one.
And then you immediately murdered my Sierra on round 2.
Yeah, and then at the beginning of round 2, I think he got capped right away.
Yeah, he did because the airstrike just.
So the Sierra really didn't get any use, but the Sierra managed to blow up a whole full health Brigand in one attack. So you guys can see this is a fast paced game. Normally we'd be playing 300 to 350 points. But we would be doubling our force size, so we would have heavier units on the field than what we had today. But this is, going off of the general starter kit for the game. Now, we're going to also be releasing different starter kits just for each individual faction. We started doing that with Orca, which gives you a pike, which is 4. Basically, they named their squads pikes, which can be comprised of either infantry, vehicles, or mechs, or just all of any one unit. But then that way you kind of get a different feel for things. You'll get the order tokens. You'll get the cards. If you backed us through Kickstarter, you're already going to get basically just about our entire catalog of models as the STLs. You would still need to order the order cards and the automated system if you'd like to have that as add-ons to be able to play. But, I mean, that's the gist of Revelation Skirmish. We used all the rules that we encountered. There are some special things like we didn't do any melee attacks. There's a variety of those. There's like charge and ram. There's grabbing so that it's harder for the model to get away from you.
Grabs are fun.
Normally, when 2 models touch, they're considered to be engaged, but so that they can do melee attacks against each other. But if Andrew wanted, like if he based me or if I based him, we can just walk away and disengage from that engagement. There's no free attacks. There's nothing like that unless there's a keyword for it. But normally, you can just walk away. Now, if a mech has a hand, which you can tell just by looking at the model, that hand can be used to grab the enemy model, and that counts infantry, vehicles, or mechs. So you're able to do some different things. There's also the death jump, which does a lot of damage to your opponent possibly, but also does hurt you. Then there's still a whole slew of other models we didn't even get to do, and there's a couple of other tokens we didn't end up using, which we didn't use, like the ready, I think, and fallen. But we used basically everything else, and there was no objective in the game. The objective was destroy the other guy's forces.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really the same sort of variety. But if you guys are interested, go to shoprevelations.com. That's our storefront. You can buy all the different models. If you wanted physical print models, we sell those. They come without the supports. We clean the supports off. They're basically 98% ready to go. You just got to assemble them, clean off a couple final pieces and get them assembled, and then you're like off to the races and being able to start playing. And it's a very reactive game. It goes a lot back and forth.
Remake it. I lost.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Throw it all out. He cheated. Whatever other buzzword I
Yeah, whatever buzzword. Yeah. He forgets to mention that in the last stream we did, which was, like I mentioned, was not as nice of a setup as we have here now. He wrecked me basically the whole game, and then he death jumped my mech at the very end and just embarrassed me in front of the world. Just wrecked me.
The only reason I lost is because I didn't have a hunter.
Oh yeah, the Republic hunter.
Only reason I lost.
Oh, we'll see.
Maybe
next time you get to build your list,
better luck.
And then
maybe that'd be cool.
We had to do a demo game first.
Nah.
Let's see, Chris was saying they're really nice quality for the
nice
miniatures.
quality.
Yeah. I appreciate that because for the way that we do things, I have funding this game like personally. Now we got the Kickstarter money to help, but I mean all of this other stuff I funded personally to help build this up. We hire freelance modelers because I can't model for anything. but then we got 7 different printers here. 2 of them are 4K printers. We're looking at being able to upgrade the EPAX X1s to be also 4K. We did upgrade them with the parallel light, which all intents and purposes, it does improve the quality, but we're continually improving our rinsing methods or curing methods so that the models get better. We're trying to improve the way that the resins work. We're experimenting with some other brands of resins to make things even more and more durable. Because they're all 3D printed, they're made out of resin. Resin, as most people know, resin is just more delicate, period. It's not that model plastic that we're all really used to when we do like 40K or model kits that can, they have a little bit more give, but once those bend, they tear, and then not really much you can fix from a tear. That's kind of just wrecked. But yeah, so that's Revelation Skirmish in a nutshell. We played half forces, basically a third of the points, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So if there's not any other final questions, Septimus is saying retribution, so I'm assuming that's for you.
Nah.
To get retribution.
Listen, just let me play mercs. We'll be fine. Let me throw some goblins back at you.
Well, next time I'd be using some bigger boys, Hydra,
whatever.
Troll.
Whatever.
Get you
I
with
gotta be able to jump in there, just grapple you.
Yeah, well, you gotta watch out for the trolls. They just
dabbing.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Well, anyway, guys, you can. I was mentioning Shop Revelations with an S.com. That's our storefront, or you can go to revelationswar.com. That's our stat website. Either website, you can be able to get the link to be able to download the rules. Check out the stats. If you got any other questions, you can definitely get in contact with me on Facebook or on YouTube. Join our Discord community. That's where we're the most active. We're trying to build that because it's a lot more responsive back and forth. It's really hard for comments to get lost because it's all there together versus spreading out across all the Facebook posts and YouTube videos and everything else. Then it gets really difficult to keep up with everything. But Andrew, do you have any other comments?
I wish I could have painted my stuff for tonight.
Yeah, that was the only rule. The only rule that we're going forward with, we're trying to make sure that all models played are painted so that it looks the best and represents the game the best as we're moving forward.
I'm bringing August next stream. I'm painting them.
Okay.
I'm bringing them.
Okay.
You're going to get hatcheted. You're going to get jumped. You're going to get death jumped. Got to remember, he breaks his legs every game.
Every game.
Every game.
Every game.
It's law.
It's yeah, Andrew did the Warlord for our previous Kickstarter, which allowed him to also name a character. So he's named... Actually, and then he backed in the last Kickstarter so he can name a second character.
Yep, we're going with a Merc Goblin, hopefully. I like goblins.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this stream, for staying, we really like the idea of doing the streaming because when we've gone down to local game stores and stuff to play, we just don't have the same exposure as we do here with the internet. Yeah, that's the comment we always get. People come over and they look at the game and they're like, is this MechWarrior? We're like, no.
Is this MechWarrior? No.
And then that's it. There's no more questions. They're like, oh, come on, man. So this is an opportunity for us to be able to share this game on a way wider scale. So we're going to be doing larger scale fights going forward. We'll do some other demo nights to kind of just go over the rules in that catalog of introduction videos. And then we'll start playing full games. And then from there...
Which will be fun.
Be able to test out... Well, not test. We'll be able to play the automated system together and be able to show how that works, both in solo and team up.
Hopefully by then I've designed some terrain.
That would also be cool. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. And we'll talk to you guys again later. All right?
Bye, stream.
Have a good night. There,
don't.
Look at Andrew.
I hope you have a good night.
Hey, look at Andrew.
Stop
Look
looking
at
at
me. Look at the board.
Woo!
All right. Okay, bye.